At Sleep Outfitters Outlet, great sleep is a big deal. Save 40 to 60% every day on every Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. Queens as low as $249. Customer exchanges, closeouts, and floor samples. Inventory changes daily, so come in for your dream deal today. With no credit needed financing, expert advice, and up to 60% off retail, it's never been easier to get the sleep and savings you deserve. Go to sleepoutfittersoutlet.com for financing details and to find a store near you.
Hello.
Oops.
What?
I wanted to say it at the same time.
Oh, sorry.
Hello.
And welcome to BB on Blast, Big Brother Australia.
Too much BB on Blast edition. Oh God, what shambles. I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Gaz.
And we had some famous listeners last week, didn't we?
Very famous. The People's Princess herself. Tully.
It always shits me up when people start say they listen to it. It's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, it puts the pressure on a little bit,
It's like
doesn't
when Arissa's messaged us saying she wanted to come on the pod. And that same night, I was like, "Oh no, what on earth did I say about Arissa's clothes or whatever the fuck stupid thing I
God, you
say?"
don't mind now.
I know, but at the time, I was like, "Oh shit!" But then I realised she likes us because we're obnoxious. That's one of our greatest selling points.
Well, we now come endorsed by Tully, who likes the way we say her name in our posh English accents.
Oh,
Are we posh?
are super. Oh, Tully.
Yeah. I mean, were you at the palace for those jubilees, like I was?
I liked being called posh. That was the first time ever, I think.
Somebody called us out and said, "Didn't know you were posh" or something like that. I didn't think have you down as being posh.
No, you're quite right too. And did Estelle listen as well? Or she said, "Oh, she appreciated us watching."
I don't know. Estelle didn't know what Stan meant, the poor girl, and I wanted
she
you
ain't that
to.
old, is she?
No,
Someone else
younger than us. She is.
Someone else explained it to
yeah,
us. So
some
I let
other
them,
first got in
yeah.
there. I wanted you to have the sort of
Interaction.
pleasure of explaining to Estelle what this Eminem reference is, because you're really into Eminem.
Yeah. Oh, never mind. I prefer someone else doing the admin for me, to be honest. Can't remember who it was now.
I don't know if Estelle listened, but Tully came with the tweet saying she was quite enjoying this, and I thought, oh god, that's a bit,
quite
dubious.
enjoying.
Yeah.
But then she said she listened to the whole thing.
Couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I wonder if she's listened to the old ones.
I don't know. We had a few duff episodes.
The most offensive thing we said was something Jack said, so I'm not taking any credit for that. Just put the blame on him and walk away. Drop
what
the bombs.
about Tully in particular?
Yeah, I won't repeat
Okay.
it. Let's not go down that road.
Well, confirmed that Tully has a thick skin these days.
Yeah.
So good job too, because God, imagine all the attention on social media. It's a lot.
But
Random people like you and me just talking about
does
you.
Tully have a thick skin? I see her in that house weeping and wailing once again after saying she would not cry in that house.
Oh God, I was crying as well this
I was
week.
actually crying too. What were you crying about?
Yeah, Drew and Tully's reaction.
I was too.
And then it was fucking fake.
No, they wouldn't do that.
No, the eviction.
Yeah, no, I know. What is this beef that I've heard
Oh yeah, you don't know
about? Tell me.
God, you're not going to like this.
I do. Go on.
Well, the thing is, you do have a history of forgiving people that you like.
Oh no! Oh God! Oh dear! Oh, is it that bad?
Yeah, it's not great. It's not looking good.
Racism, is it?
No, it's not that bad.
Oh,
but
okay, good.
Probably.
I can probably overlook it as long as it's not racism.
No, it crosses into territory of things that you feel passionately about.
Oh no, it's not about Johnny Depp, is it?
Yeah.
Oh
well,
no.
So sort of. Basically, I'll have to get the tweet has since deleted. It's a Tim tweet, which but luckily Alfie Sheldon, Alfie S12, he had the receipts. He's screen capped that stuff. So I need to
Alfie, hell yeah.
I need to bring up to speed that obviously we saw in the show this week that Estelle and Tim were having a bit of beef, right?
I wondred if that had spilled out into the ether.
All about the lollies.
Yeah.
It's not about the lollies. I don't care about the lollies.
You've had lollies twice now. Lollygate.
So I think I don't have the tweet from Estelle. I think Estelle might have said something along the lines of, and I do believe from everything that I've seen that Drew is getting a very good edit. I think
of course.
Tim and Drew, I think, were acting pretty dickish towards Estelle and Tully
I'm
during
not at all surprised.
their time in the house.
Not at all surprised.
And I think, Estelle might have raised that, there was an issue there, and the response was from Tim was quite OTT.
Oh dear. I knew this was to do with
where's the screen cap?
So obvious.
So he started to drudge up some stuff in the past too.
No.
Well, this is okay. Oh, here you go. Estelle's is a quote tweet of Estelle's tweet, which says, "For context, you didn't see what had been going on with Drew and I for weeks. We were not getting along because I feel like, and then it's not all shown, so I can't tell you exactly what it is because I think Estelle's since removed that as well.
Okay.
Tim quote tweeted that and said, "You are Big Brother's Amber Heard.
Oh.
Cancel yourself and go away."
Oh, that's strong. Amber Heard, so Estelle's the person in the right. Okay, that makes sense. No problem.
Always in the right.
No problem with that.
Well, I mean, we could unpack this. It's also...
It's a bit... was that it? I will need some more.
No, I've got more. But what I'm going to take from that is, obviously, he's in the hot... I don't want to get into the Johnny Depp Amber Heard stuff, but... He's obviously on the side of Johnny Depp.
Oh, isn't everyone?
And saying that Amber Heard's a, what's the word?
Liar.
A liar. yeah. A liar. That is the word. So that's a problem in itself. It's like, okay, here is where you stand.
A lot of people think that,
on a victim of abuse, calling it out. But I don't stand on either side of that whole situation. I don't think it's my business. I think it's all fucked.
So you think those Johnny Depp fans are reasonable in the way they behave?
No, they're not. They're absolutely psychopathic. And I like Pirates of the Caribbean and stuff, but it's hard now with the...
Stupid
it's all
Pirates
been
of the Caribbean.
tarnished.
I mean, he's got a lot of other good films back in the day.
Oh, Johnny Scissorhands, is it?
Edward Scissorhands, yeah.
Johnny Scissorhands.
Lol.
It's the one done from the market. So anyway, there's more from Tim.
Oh no.
Her saying Drew and I are abusers isn't okay. I don't know if Estelle used the term abusers.
Bullies, maybe.
And then it's not the first time either with this narrative. I don't know, you said you'd watched Estelle's season.
I did, but I can't remember it.
Ben Norris will let you know.
Oh, he won it, didn't he?
He did win it.
Ooh.
So Tim's going way back. That's like, what, 9 years ago?
A bit petty, isn't it?
Obviously Estelle's thing is like, oh, she was nominated all the time.
Yeah.
And I think from what I've learned from Alfie back then, because I was like, oh, okay, so Ben Norris apparently is the one that treated Estelle very badly.
Oh, okay.
But there wasn't a live feed back then. Like when we got the live feed taken away, you just had like tweets to rely on or whatever. And Helen Wood won, right? And she was a major bully, because I was like, I can't believe bully could win with... I don't really know, I don't watch it, but alleged bullies could win with a live feed out there.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, there wasn't a live feed then.
Right.
I've also got another tweet from...
I mean, we saw enough of Helen Wood's personality just on the main shows, and
That's
she
true.
still won.
That's true.
So what happened there? No one will ever know.
Speaking of which, this is a segue. This is a little diversion I'm going to take from Tim.
Yeah.
You know, like random old housemates have been following me lately. I got followed by Pauline.
Yeah. Don't like tea. Don't like coffee.
Did you see the tweet that I sent her?
No.
I said to Pauline, the BB on Blast listeners need to know, tea or coffee?
Brilliant.
Where's her response? Oh God, did I screen cap it? This is bad. I should have the shit lined up. She was like, basically, where is it? Oh God, I need to go into my mentions. Talk about derailing the Tim discussion.
I'll do a bit of filling in.
Yeah, you feel about... Well, you talk about Tim and Estelle.
To be honest, I'll always like... to be honest, Tim has always been a bit of a cunt, and so is Drew, and that's the truth of the matter. But are they good TV? Yeah. Do I care then? No.
Wait, where's my
They've
mentions?
always been... It's not like Tim's ever been, like, a nice guy. He's a manipulative little fucker.
Well, I think I've concluded borderline sociopath, no? Don't you think?
Well, he does like to muddle the trick. No.
Why can't I find this tweet from
He
Pauline?
does like to muddy the waters. But that's what makes him a good game player. No one cares about that. What does she say?
She basically said, don't y'all know by now, I don't, like tea
and I
or
don't
coffee.
like coffee.
No,
Nice.
I don't like tea or coffee, but if they had like Bajan rum in there, I would have considered like a coffee liqueur or whatever.
That's actually quite good.
Funny that she'd actually got back to
That's
it.
hilarious.
And then for some reason I watched a few clips of Pauline to see if I could find the clip of saying I don't like tea, I don't like coffee. She was actually quite nice.
No, she was not.
Oh, 'cause the problem is that she put Helen Wood in the position to be safe.
Oh, don't.
But aside from that, she was all right.
No, she was not.
Oh.
She was control freak in that kitchen, and she was annoying as hell. So that's a complete lie. Yeah, something's gone wrong with those clips. It's obviously put together by a Pauline Stan.
They're the old Channel 5 YouTube uploads I was watching.
No, maybe she did. Maybe she was nice sometimes, but my overriding memory is her being controlling as hell. Yeah, and of course giving Helen Wood the pass to the bloody final.
Anyway, back to Tim.
We forget.
There's another quote treat response here, a reply here where Alfie was getting continually annoyed. He said, I don't know who Tim's replying to. He said, thank you. I need to stand up for myself, Drew, and yes, Ben Norris too, and also the Big Brother production team.
Oh.
No one was using Estelle as a punching bag. Oh, that's what she's probably said.
Oh.
That's the unfair accusation here.
Oh.
The thing is, I think what's sad about this to me is that Estelle spoke up for Tim in that cage. Being like, I know Tim on the outside.
Yeah, they were obviously friends.
They're obviously
before.
actual friends,
yeah.
and this has obviously fucked it.
Yeah. But that's what happens when you get betrayed, isn't it? By a friend. You would be pissed off.
Yeah, who's been betrayed?
Estelle, by Tim.
Yeah. But does Tim even care? Like,
Don't seem to, no.
Does Tim just see it all as part of the show?
Does Tim care about, like, I'm sure he cares about people in the outside world, but in the game, he doesn't care about anyone. He did care about Drew, I think, a little bit, but because he's a bit jealous when Drew gets a girlfriend. But on the whole, I don't think Tim really gives a shit. Tim just wants to play a good game and be on TV and be centre of attention.
Here's possibly the worst one. I supported the victim, in quotation marks, of so-called bullying for 9 years until I realised who the real victims were in this story.
Oh.
We're by no means perfect, but won't accept the roles of villains that she needed in her life.
Oh.
It's painting Estelle to be very toxic.
It's gone a bit dark, hasn't it?
It has, considering, like, Big Brother Australia is not really that show anymore.
No. I do think Estelle is a bit dramatic. Let's put it that way.
What about the lollies?
Just no, like when the eviction at the end, she's just like weeping and wailing. Estelle's going for the new Tully role, I think. It's like, calm down.
Well, I think with Estelle, she's like determined for the OGs to see it through, right? So when people aren't playing with the plan, she's quite annoyed by it.
Yeah.
And she's playing hard, and I think her head's, her heart's in it. There's this whole heart and head thing coming out on the show too.
As hell.
Heart players and head players. But I feel like she's really driven to like get the OGs to the end together, and she probably is hurt by Tim, who's her friend.
Yeah.
Sort of not sticking to it or putting his own interests first by sort of sidling up certain newbies.
That's what Tim's like.
I know. But she's never had to deal with him in the house, so perhaps that makes it very different.
Makes it different. So why was Alfie saying he hates Tim now? Because of that stuff?
Yeah, because he's basically...
I don't care about that. I couldn't give two fucks.
But, what about the Amber Heard comparison?
Oh,
Bit out of order now.
I've had my own friends say that exact same thing to me, so that's just how people feel, and they're going to feel that way.
What do you mean?
I've heard my own friends sticking up for Johnny Depp.
Oh, right.
And, you know...
I think when people were calling you out as being an Amber Heard.
I don't even like fucking Amber Heard. I just think Johnny Depp's a fat old abusive cunt. If you really want to know how I feel.
I suppose it's just the response is to diminish the view of Estelle, right? Discredit her, basically.
Yeah.
Discredit her take on events. But I just don't think Tim needs to go to that extreme.
Tim probably thinks one day he'll be at a celebrity party and he'll get to hang out with Johnny Depp. That's probably how his fucking mind works. Do you know what I mean? It's something like that, like delusions.
I doubt it. Aren't they not allowed to go back to Australia? Didn't they get booted out with the dogs?
Because of the dogs. I nearly said Squiddly and Diddley, but that's Simon Cowell's dogs. They're similar dogs. Why do I know that?
So yeah, that's what's going on Twitter.
That's fine. I think that's quite good, a bit enjoyable, a bit of Twitter beef, don't you?
It is.
Especially because the show was like filmed however long ago and they're still getting aggy about it now. I find that quite amusing.
holding the grievances. I guess it brings it all up again, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course.
To watch it now.
Yeah, especially how it's edited as well. If you feel you have got an unfair edit.
Or I think that it's that Drew and possibly Tim have a generous edit, and I do.
Yeah, of course they do. It's obvious Drew's a bit of a twat. They can't edit around that.
Do you think that Tim's like a shoe-in for the final?
I think one of the OGs is, and I don't see why it can't be Tim. Me and Jack are still of the opinion people aren't allowed to nominate Tim. Because why has he not been nominated yet?
Yeah, it doesn't
make any sense. But you think Estelle would be blowing that shit up sky high if that was the case, wouldn't you?
If it was a rule.
Yeah, unless she signed like
gagging order.
Yeah, exactly.
Gagging order.
I want to tell you something before we start on the proper episode.
Yeah.
So I was listening to our old coverage of BB Can 5 when they get Nedda out.
Am I on it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, we did do that.
Yeah, we did.
It's like quite early in our
partnership. Yeah, because I did season 4 with what's his name? James, and I did season 5 with you. So that was not a shade. I've been calling Jack James.
Have I got a different voice?
I have a completely different voice.
I think I do too.
Yeah, you're very quiet. You're just like, let me do all the talking.
Oh.
Probably because, showing respect for my podcast.
I'm not sure about that.
No, but you were actually really funny. I'm actually shouting out the funny comments you made right here. Oh, first you said, let's do a live video of something. And I was like, no, that's too vain. I would never do such a thing.
Yeah, well, I actually watched our first video the other day too.
What was that one?
What was it like?
Yeah.
We unboxed a whole box of snacks from Rowan, didn't we?
Oh, nice. Rowan, where's the snacks? Anyway, it was the infamous episode when you compared Nedda going to the toppling of Saddam Hussein's statue.
Yeah.
Which was absolutely hilarious.
Both pivotal moments in our modern history.
And you also said, I think Black and Saints got 75% off sale now. So I just wanted to shout you up for 2 very amusing jokes in that episode.
Thanks.
Yeah, I sound really, I'm like, disgusting. And I don't really do that anymore, do I?
Don't you?
Don't say disgusting.
Are you less?
I'm less
Midlands.
I sound more like I talk more like James back then. Like, you know how you fall into the pattern of speech.
You assimilate.
I can hear James in my voice back then. So I wonder if I talk more Essexy now and going out with Jack.
Don't know, maybe.
You wouldn't know until you look back at it.
No.
It's weird. But anyway, it was just quite interesting hearing us talking about
find that when I listen back, sometimes I sound like, so much more camp.
I don't think
like I have a list, and I just sound like, I don't like it.
You do not sound camp at all. But it was funny, like the same shit I was saying to Jack when we were watching it, like, people's trainer socks, ugh. I was saying the exact same shit on the podcast, like, oh god.
Some things never change.
5 fucking years later, same jokes. Not even jokes. Anyway, I'm just giving you props, because I always take a piss at you for not being funny, but some of your jokes are actually very good.
I'll have my moments.
How reluctant.
Well,
Saddam Hussein's statue is just classic.
It is a classic. Tully said that one of the things she liked, the most was your laugh on this podcast. So you're either laughing at your own jokes or mine, probably a bit of both.
Probably my own, I would have thought. No, my laugh is actually a thing. It has been a thing over the years, good and bad. Someone complained about my laugh once at work.
True.
Yeah.
Oh, at work?
At work.
Female listener.
And a lot of people do like my laugh, but Jack says he doesn't even notice my laugh anymore. Been with me too long.
Desensitised.
Yeah.
It's like when you've
Appreciate
done
this.
the drugs too many times. You just don't get that hit anymore. Not that I'd know.
It's the laughing drugs, not the drugs. All right. So,
do you know, I want to talk about some personal news though, and I want to tell everyone listening to check your credit scores.
Oh no!
Because I've become a massive victim of fraud, listeners. Don't worry, my actual money's safe, but somebody has created.
No, all his bank account's been cleared out.
Yeah,
help
send
us.
help. bbonblast at gmail. No, bbonblastpod@gmail.com. That's where your PayPal donations can go to. Basically, I had a suspect letter come through my letterbox from a bank account that I did not open. So I obviously called up the bank and went, I don't have this account with you, so this must be someone else has done it. And I've realised I've not been getting any posts, especially if your letterbox is outside your house and people can put their hands in it. That's when you need to be careful. And then I checked on a credit score app, and there were 5 accounts there, 3 current accounts, 2 credit cards, all set up by somebody else using my details, and they have my date of birth.
How have they got that?
I don't know. I wonder if I maybe entered a competition on Facebook and it was bogus or some shit.
Yeah, probably. That is dodge.
But, like, if it wasn't for I use ClearScore, that thing having all the accounts open in my name, I would not have known. Like, I just thought, oh, this is the one that I'd caught from the letter.
Yeah.
And it's only because I got to the post box before they did, and then I found out there's 5 of them, and now it's got to be like they've all got to investigate, and my credit score is fucked. So you should check that stuff, people.
That sucks.
Because you don't know what people are doing with your details.
What a pain in the arse. Details.
It's such a pain in the ass. I've listened to so much hold music, and just ban hold music, make it illegal, because no one wants to listen to it.
I don't get it, because all you want to do is put your phone on loudspeaker and just go about your normal business.
Yeah,
you don't want to listen to a crackly version of Coldplay's fucking not living La Vida Loca. I would like to hear that version.
Look at the stars, all that.
Like,
Look how they shine. Who have you been on the phone to that's got that? Because I used to have, it's British Gas had like
Apple,
a fake Coldplay soundtrack. I was complaining to them on Twitter because I had to listen to it for so long.
When you ring up Apple, you can decide what type of hold
that's
music you want to
better,
hear.
at least.
It's like, I don't want to hear any.
I'd rather sit in silence, press 9.
I'd rather like listen to my own music while I'm waiting, or watch telly while I'm waiting, not listen to crackly ass fucking...
I just want it to go, occasionally go, you're in the queue.
Yeah,
that's
you
fine.
are number X in the queue. It would be helpful, so you're not just wishing your life away.
It's been a stressful week.
That is very annoying. I've had a good week because I had the week off and I've been off doing all sorts.
Gallivanting.
Having fun, drinking cocktails. So, we enter the episode. What's this? Enter BB... Oh, it was the hacker. Whoa, the BB hacker is back. Go on.
It was the hackers. I just thought of my... I just written
down
the
intro. Oh, no.
I've written down a
what
potential
was
intro.
It? Go on, what was it?
It was just a teenage meatbag baby. I'm just a teenage meatbag baby like JC. Ooh.
Kez is waving his arms with excitement. Did you not bring back your BB hacker impression? Can you bring it back?
Do I have one?
Yeah, don't you remember for the BB hacker for... What the hell was that?
BBUS.
BBUS, yeah.
What voice did that hacker? The BB
hacker. Yeah, I saw it like
that. More like, it's hard because it's an Australian hacker. It's like, this is not Big Brother. I like the hackers,
It does sound a bit like that, doesn't it? BB is unavailable. Now, what I want to know is how the hackers managed to get in the house and tape up the fridge. Also, what's in it for them to tape up that fridge?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's not
they didn't even have to win the feedback or anything.
No, that's not what hackers do.
No, they don't. They just do deals and make a fake bank account.
This is quite timely. I can't understand what the hackers are saying.
Yeah, sometimes they were a bit mumbled.
Like the Zing bot. Tim said, "Where's Big Brother and what have you done with him?" Dave was immediately getting upset about the coffee. That guy is obsessed with coffee.
It's in the contract. Someone has to be obsessed with at least one hot beverage every series.
Weird.
Though, Dan and I were talking about coffee and how people feel they can't function without coffee. No, it's clever marketing.
Yeah, it's made up, isn't it?
Because it becomes part of people's routine, like getting a coffee on the way to work, and you pay like £3 or £4 for a coffee. And you pay that every day, but people feel like they can't go on without it. He was basically saying,
not if you work from home.
Well, I bought a coffee machine, so there you go. That's part of it. Dan was saying that he used to go to a coffee shop in a station, and the staff there knew everyone's order that was coming up because they would order the same thing every morning.
Every day.
And in the morning, no one's going to mix it up and be like, oh, today I'll have this, because they're just like on the get me through the morning mindset, and they can't cope without that coffee they always have.
But it's made up. They'd be fine without it. Or would
Probably,
they?
yeah.
Look at Dave, he's having a meltdown. Maybe he's like an intelligent man when he has coffee and not just going, what? Drew said this is the pits. Someone said we need to work out who we're going to eat first. That was probably Tim, isn't it?
I like the way the screen glitched and it had all the code on the big screen.
It reminded me of a lot of things in the past. So it was good. A lot of things
in the past.
I don't know what.
My old laptop.
And then they started showing like the friends and family messages.
But they were cutting off, glitching. That was good. I like a bit of mean teasing.
Yeah, it's nice to see Drew's dad again. Haven't seen him since season 10.
Oh, how's he looking?
He used to sit in the audience. It looks like an old Drew, but not hot, obviously. We saw Tully's boyfriend on the big screen. That was nice.
Oh, yeah.
He's hot. And Tully was crying because she couldn't see the whole message. Tully, thought you weren't going to cry anymore. Oh, yeah, and then she went in the bedroom and she was doing a Mikey crying over the photo.
And Mike and Grace.
Yeah. That's how long my memory lasts.
You gotta be careful with the tears on that photo. The
Yeah.
water damages them.
I always think when film cries over the photo, that's just so fake. But people must actually do it.
Well, here's the evidence.
Yeah, but don't you just think it just seems like something someone would
Just
pretend
because you're so
to do?
unbothered about your family, and so am I. Like,
Well, even looking at a photo of Jack, I'll see him in a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? There you go.
I think it's the environment.
It's
different,
oh,
yeah.
it's a pressure cooker.
Yeah, it's a pressure cooker. You've got the hackers as well. Added to the drama situation.
Johnson came in and hugged her.
By the way, I've not got ready notes to the HH because I think I was eating. So...
Reggie is hating on Drew and Sam. Join the club. And devoed that Lulu has gone. Someone was.
Lulu was the last to go, was she?
Yeah, that seems like ages ago.
I have to say, I've not given her a second thought this week.
Oh, quite.
Dear me.
So Reggie said about Sam and Drew, they make people feel uncomfortable. Why was she brought back in the first place?
Yeah, exactly.
Jack said he genuinely didn't enjoy Big Brother until Sam went again. He said he was just waiting for her to go.
A cloud over his experience.
Yeah, I'm glad we got to see Drew again without her, because, God.
Briefly, well,
he's still
there.
Yeah. So, she wants to put Sam and Drew up. Yeah.
Oh.
Why is Reggie telling the hackers this? Oh yeah, Reggie was in the diary room just chatting away to the hackers.
She don't mind. It's like your nan on the phone.
Yeah.
Just talk to anyone.
Yeah. That's how they probably hacked your bank accounts.
What?
Just rang up your nan. Like, what's the guy's date of birth? So Tim was in the diary room making a deal. The hackers offered him some high-level intel.
Oh, yeah.
And a KFC.
Not a festival, though.
No.
A secret KFC in the diary room.
So he had to do a number of things to get this. And he had to
retrieve items from the house, didn't he?
Yeah, and he had to enlist someone to help. This is like when they tried to hide a sheep in the store.
Yeah, gnomes, you name it. Mm-hmm.
So Tim said, I'd shake your hand if you had one. And Tim chose Alicia to do this. I was thinking, why? But I think he's
trying to work on Alicia at the moment.
Yeah, he's trying to ingratiate himself with the other side.
And she's sort of the lead of that side, really, now.
Just a bit, yeah.
What happened to the J Crew?
Oh, yeah. Decimated, aren't they? So, I thought they did it quite well, the task, like getting the cushions, getting the lamp, getting the plant pot, whatever the fuck it was.
They
did quite a good job.
They were a bit obvious about it, but I guess you had to because you were moving like a plant and it's a bar stool and stuff like that.
The usual shots of people looking and all this bullshit. And then they were eating. They had the KFC, but the others were having to eat brown rice that tasted like cock. Then they showed the video about Drew talking to Joel, and finally we saw Drew was a liar.
Is that good intel for them to have?
Well, it feels a bit old news now, doesn't it?
I thought so. I thought, what are they going to do with this? Really? I mean, for a start...
Joel's gone.
Yeah, and Alicia was privy to the truth already. Now, Tim has the truth, but I don't think it was ever really something people were still thinking about.
No, or cared about.
No.
Tim said, he lied about the cover-up. And Alicia said, he was talking about the elders. The elders.
They do call the kids and the older people, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Then Tim and Tully were bitching about Drew not speaking to them anymore. Feast. What's this? Is this where they put the new HOH? Questions came on the wall from the hackers. Do you have to answer these? I'm just like, oh no, sorry, no comment.
It's like when they're in the mainframe and they put them over the pool again, you just choose not to answer.
Yeah, prefer not to say.
Just hang up, like when you get a scam call.
Yeah. So Tully, they asked Tully who she would choose to be evicted out of Drew and Sam. And Tully said, Sam. Well, yeah, she's friends with Drew and has known him for years, so that makes sense. And Sam's annoying as fuck. Then Tim goes, is that because you still got a crush on him? I don't think so, Tim. Shut up. I do think Tully does have feelings for Drew, though, but, just those historical feelings.
We'll come to that.
Yeah. Tim goes, it serves Tully right. Like, I had to watch this all play out years ago. Tim, that was not the same thing when Drew and Tully got together. You're friends with Drew. Tully is Drew's ex-girlfriend. Those are not the same thing. It's like Tully thought Drew was his boyfriend as well. Tim...
Wait, hang on. Tully thought who? Tully thought...
Tim is saying, like, back in the day, he had to watch Drew and Tully get together and it was annoying.
Yeah.
Now he's like, Tully's having to watch Drew and Sam get together. It's not the same thing.
Because Drew wasn't in a... Oh, Tim wasn't in a relationship with Drew.
Yeah. It's like Tim thinks he's as entitled to Drew as Tully or Sam is. But it's not the same thing.
No.
I do wonder sometimes if Tim does have a little crush on Drew. But I guess we won't see. Does Sam think Gabby has a crush on Drew, was the next question. And Sam said a part of her does think that.
Why would she still... Sam is like... Why would you still say that?
Sam just go away.
Because, like, that whole... Even raising that to Gabby just was such a bad move.
It was awful. It was just stupid. Drew thinks Tim will be evicted next.
He's not seen the contract.
No. Drew. Oh, then the hackers asked Drew, "What do you think of Joel spreading an unfair rumor? Why is BB stroke the hacker stitching Drew up like this?" And Drew said, "Bless him, he's just not as intelligent as we all thought he was." And Alicia went, "Hey, that's my boyfriend." It's a bit rude, isn't it? Kind of funny though.
Well, they're starting to stir the pot, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's making a story out of the fact Tim knows now, and what's he going to do, isn't it?
Yeah. And he was like something about dirty work. Dave said, "Not even the biggest excavator could dig him out of this one." What was that about? It must have been about that.
Maybe it's Drew?
It must have been Drew. Because it did feel like, the tide was turning against Drew and he was going to be in the shit. But they were so anti-Drew this episode, I just knew Drew wasn't going to go this episode. It was too obvious. Do you know what I mean?
Was the eviction in this episode?
Yeah, the first one was when Sam went.
Oh, yeah, Sam.
Yeah, finally we got rid of her. So, can an OG even win this HOH now? They don't even have the numbers. Hold on, why are the hackers conducting the new HOH ceremony? It's confusing. Estelle and JC both put themselves up to be HOH and both said they would be impartial. Yeah, right.
JC's speech was so lame.
Oh, good. Does he even speak? Brenton...
Well, Estelle said she wants to take down, the wall between the newbies and the OGs.
What a load of bollocks.
Is that a game plan?
No, she doesn't. Brenton voted for Estelle, which I was quite surprised about. Although, to be fair, we don't know anything about Brenton, so who knows what he might do.
Apart from the massage guns, that's it.
And Estelle got 7 votes. I was surprised. I didn't think she was going to get it, did you?
Out of... No, actually.
I'm not sure.
I don't know if I thought. Out of JC and Estelle.
I thought the newbies had the numbers now, but
yeah, apparently not. Well, unless Brenton's...
defected.
Who knows? I can't keep up with these votes because they don't show half of it.
Yeah.
And the person whose content I was using on YouTube to bring me up to speed isn't putting it there anymore, so I can only assume they gave up on the show.
Fair enough.
And I ain't got the time to go on the actual website with the VPN for some reason.
So, Tim then went off and spilled the tea about Drew. About the video, I think it was.
Yeah.
Estelle was fired up. And then they did a cut of Drew evilly laughing in the back garden. Anything about that?
No, I got the hackers were sending the housemates to bed.
Oh.
Is that it? Estelle's ready to fuck shit up this week, I've written. Did she say that?
She said, "What a dick," about Drew in the diary room. And she was sitting very manly, I thought. Is this okay to say? Like, legs wide apart, like, I'm in business.
It's akimbo.
You don't see women sit like that very often. When you do, you know.
Was she in Nike leggings?
She's like,
I like her aesthetic.
Yeah, no, she does look good. I know it's not an insult like sitting manly. It was like, like a man sits when they're like about to.
How are you sitting now? Feminine or?
Just casual.
How am I sitting?
You're a bit feminine. If I was sat there with my legs wide open like that, you would notice and you'd think, why is Lindsay sitting like that? You might think
I'm very open-minded.
You might think you're about to be fired from the podcast.
I was at Canterbury Pride yesterday. Anything's welcome.
Stop pretending to be gay. So the next thing I've got is BB is back. And the housemates went, "Good morning, big brother," like they're at school.
Well, I want to talk about the hackers sending the housemates to bed.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, they told them, like, they had to go to bed. And then they were like, oh, we missed nighttime Big Brother. Do you know what we know about nighttime Big Brother?
No.
It's like the Scottish person or northern person, because they have different Big Brother voices, don't they? I remember hearing that from last series. So they missed that variety in Big Brother's voice.
What do they want next? Big Brother tucking them in? They're being babies.
Tim's info on Drew, I've read hardly game-changing in brackets. I think I've got very thin notes here. So.
I've just got Drew is going to be toast if he doesn't win, and then I thought twice and thought, no, or is he? Seems a bit heavy-handed, so I'm suspicious. And then I've got the comp.
Tim is telling the OGs about what he knows about Drew. Estelle said, I knew it. He's the biggest game player in this house. Have I jumped ahead or not?
I don't get this because Tim on Drew's side or not? Because he's like stirring shit up against Drew, and then later he's like, keep Drew. Like, it's like, make your mind up.
I've written get him out, what a dick, but I think that might have been what Estelle said.
That's what Estelle said, yeah.
Oh yeah, Big Brother's back in the morning. Okay, there you go. I'm on the right day. Same day as you know. Short-lived, I've written that, but the house is still not secure.
But then there was some more hacker business
The security systems were just coming back online.
The mainframe.
You didn't say the magic word. Jurassic Park.
So I've got the comp next. Have you?
Now I just want to actually quote Jules. Surprisingly, Jules entertained me and said, "It's a relief to hear the sweet, hollow voice of Big Brother."
Oh,
sweet, hollow voice.
That's a backhanded compliment if ever I've heard one.
Yeah, the challenge in the yard was that thing where they had to balance a ball. They were on that, springy
the wobbly
thing,
board.
like you have it in the park when you're a kid, and it's like shaped like a bird. It's like the bottom of that with a pad you stand on.
I remember it. Sam said, 2 weeks in a row, I've been on the chopping board.
They don't go know the lingo. Drew said he's just happy to be involved. Thanks for turning up.
I'm happy he's involved. Reggie was struggling, I think. When she went out, she said, that sucks dog's balls. Is that okay?
She said that. She got away with words, Reggie. I love it. What's this? Release the rope. What does that mean?
No, at first they were allowed to hold on to it, and then they had to let go.
I've written anyone but Sam, please. Now I'm rooting for Jules, because at the end, Jules was like the only hope for the OGs.
It's quite good that Jules actually joined the OG side, because she can actually win things.
Did she
all those old people. Yeah, she's been on our side since the beginning.
No, but did she win?
She did. Well, I don't know. Because Tully and Tim buttered her up straight away, didn't they? It would be nice to be buttered up, wouldn't it?
Especially by Tim and Tully. What a treat.
Oh yeah, so towards the end it was like Alicia, JC and Jules, and they were sort of doing yoga-esque kind of poses.
I've written Alicia is using the Force as a Star Wars reference. She's doing some shit with the hands.
I know what the Force is.
Okay. Jules was squatting, and JC had like the arms out technique, just like that statue in Rio de Janeiro, like Jesus.
The Christ the Redeemer.
Yeah.
Ooh. I watched a video on YouTube about the world's tallest statues recently. That's how I remembered that.
Is it the tallest? Or
it's one of the top 15.
Any in England or not? Probably not. I don't think we.
Nah, we ain't got nothing high in England. It's all just hobbity.
Just short statues of racists. Push it in the river.
Gets out. Hold on, when Jules won, she said, "My big Polynesian thighs have finally come through."
Yeah.
Oh, what's she been doing with them in the past where they've failed her? Estelle can't be nominated. And Jules... so Jules is nominated.
Yeah, Estelle's the HOH.
This is when Drew said, this is curtains. Curtains for me.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, Jules had to go and do the noms.
Yeah. Oh, her noms were good.
They were good.
Strong noms.
Really good. Alicia as the biggest female threat. Sam wanting to target the power couple. And Drew, who can't be trusted after lying about the conversation with Joel. I've written our girl came through. Suddenly she's our girl. After I was like, oh, what did they put her in for?
Yeah.
All is forgiven, I've written. There you go, Jules. I won't go to Stan level yet. Don't worry, Stan.
No, let's not. Will Tim flip it and get rid of Sam instead? Question mark.
Yes, you can.
I was right. I've said I wouldn't nominate Alicia unless I knew she was going to go, as I wouldn't want her coming back after me.
Alicia said, I knew it.
Oh, she's the safe vote.
She knew it.
I knew it.
Sam and Drew were smirking.
Yeah.
Sam went, fuck.
I'm surprised she didn't go, who did it? Oh, because she knew that it was Jules this time. Normally she's like, who did it? Who did it?
Jules is putting Alicia aside. She's like, we've done the numbers.
Yeah, and you're
the
safe.
only safe vote we could do.
Crunch the numbers. Sam doesn't want to scramble against Drew.
This is the thing, like, even if you've done the numbers, like, you still put Alicia there, who you'd quite like to go.
Yeah, come on. We saw what happened with Trev. Yeah, Sam says she doesn't want to scramble against Drew. I'm like, just don't then, and just leave already, like you should have 2 weeks ago. Estelle was trying to target Drew, but Tim doesn't look sure. Bit of a storyline here. Do
I detect a storyline, actually? I do think, though, that, like, at the expense of... Wait, what am I saying?
Don't know.
The truth is... Or the whole picture is neglected at the expense of the storyline.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like, I would rather have seen what Drew's been doing.
Really?
To piss Estelle off for a longer time. Because when it comes out now, you're like, why?
Yeah, and if Tim and Drew have been having, like, conversations on the side, like, are we really working together kind of thing?
And even flash back to it. You could do that now.
Did they do that on BBC Australian? No.
A little bit. When Dave and Tim started talking about Tully being, too much.
Oh, God, yeah. Not
ironically.
too much Tully. Shout out.
But yeah, it's the same old complaint, really, isn't it?
Tim doing yoga and going to save Drew. Tim and Drew plucking their hairs and talking.
Can I just stay with Estelle here for a sec? Going to the OGs. I've got something where she said... Drew has got to go, we cannot trust him. Tim said, and then it removes the Tully question mark. What's the Tully question mark?
Is it that she would always save Drew?
Possibly. Dave said the Tully question mark's gone. And the Sam question mark's gone. Okay, yeah, I guess it's the
that they'd both save Drew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drew's got 2 locked-in votes, theoretically, although, as it turned out later in the week, he did not.
And over in the Tim Flam section.
Nice.
Tim says it would suck if Drew went. Tim said, I'm counting on working with you again, you fucking idiot. Is that when they're plucking their hairs?
Yeah.
But that's after top 10.
I thought that was interesting, because Tim probably can't be nominated till top 10, and that.
Still this
honestly. Estelle, Tully, if you're listening, please confirm. As if they can. Drew said, if Sam had been offed the other day, I'd still carry this on. It's not going to affect me out of here. Like, basically saying, Tim, if you go after Sam, I don't care. We're still going to be boys after this kind of thing. Offed. Oof, strong words.
Tim doesn't care even about outside the house. He needs it in the house, doesn't he?
Yeah. I'm sure Tim ain't said 2 words with Drew in the past 2 years. Are you saying that
Drew's saying, like, even outside
Drew's
of the house?
saying, like, even if you go after Sam or go after me, I don't care. We'll still be mates outside the house.
Oh, go after, as in chase, as target?
Yeah.
Sorry.
What are you saying?
I thought you meant leave after Sam.
Oh, right. Oh, sorry, yeah. I thought you thought I meant Tim's going to, like, start making a move on Sam, which would be more ludicrous.
Quite upset.
At least this will be the end of this tonight either way, I've noted, because either Drew or Sam is definitely going, because Alicia's the safer. Oh.
The thing is, I was like, it's now I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place, because I want Sam out, and I also want Alicia to go too.
Yeah, I know. I would like to get rid of Alicia.
Apparently I don't want any resistance to the OGs. I just want them to steamroll everyone out of that, all those newbies. Tim is trying to influence Alicia to vote for Sam. He calls Sam a heart player.
I hate this heart player, head player thing. No, there's something annoying about it. What do you think?
It sounds like it's something out of a role-playing game. Like Kingdom Hearts, it makes me think of. Like, do you play with your heart or your head? I get it that I think especially for OGs, they are playing with the heart sometimes, but you shouldn't really be playing with anything other than your head in this version, should you?
You can get the two confused, I suppose, can't you?
I guess so.
Tim said Sam is a heart player, and you can't explain anything logically to a heart player. I think he means she's a... Never mind.
You didn't. I was going to say...
Stop myself.
Stupid bitch.
No, I was going to say slut. But I meant it affectionately, because believe me, I'd be a slut too in that situation. And Drew is the biggest slut on the planet. let's be honest.
Now it's all balanced.
Yeah. I called myself it, called Sam it, and called Drew it. It's all good. Anyway, so that's a compliment.
Alicia wants to keep whoever is the biggest shield.
And says Drew is a good shield. Sam isn't a good shield. She will go back under the radar. Which I think she would have actually if Drew had left. She'd probably go back. What side was she on? She'd kind of would go back to the newbies, I think.
She would.
Because she was friends with Johnston and that, wasn't she?
Unless, Tim worked quite hard on her, which is possible.
Johnston is playing actually a pretty good game.
Is he?
Do you think? He's quite under the radar.
I suppose so. Yeah, you're right. He's stayed in by now.
He doesn't get many... I don't hear his name mentioned much for eviction.
No. It's the eviction room now. I need a wee, though. I need to have a little break.
Let's have a little wee. I need a wee too.
Okay. We'll be right back after this. Yeah. Welcome back.
We've come outside because it's nice and sunny, but...
Yes, we do have outside in England.
If there's any noise, we'll go back inside.
It's like you can hear the birds in the background. And if there's any noisy neighbours, sorry about that. Do you know what it reminded me of? On... this is topical because Neighbours is finishing, isn't it? And... I'll never forget the noise of the birds and neighbours when they go outside. It's
it's virtually tropical out here.
Commiserations to everyone who's going to miss Neighbours. Are you Australians?
Or are you living in the 1990s and 8 years old?
Always.
That's when I stopped watching Neighbours. Actually, no, I was older than that in the 90s. Where are we?
The eviction room, and Sonia is wearing some kind of
more casual, a bit more
casual, a bit less space, but still slightly military pockets.
Look at her face there.
What is that? That's a knit, maybe jumpsuit.
Cable knit.
It's got the whole army.
Epaulets.
What are they called?
Epaulets or something.
Is it?
Something like that, yeah.
You put your badges on there to show your rank, don't you?
What rank is she?
On top of the tree, of course. Well, just below Big Brother.
What else?
Chief bitch in charge. Tali felt abandoned by Big Brother when the hackers came in.
Because she's got daddy issues.
I was going to say, did she say that?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a bit of a
daddy
strange thing to say on TV.
That sounds quite deep. I've written, I like Estelle's business attire. That's when Estelle was wearing her little pencil skirt.
Oh, yeah.
Secretary glasses, whatever they say.
Yeah. Those glasses are they cool or are they a bit silly?
It's a bit Business Betty, isn't it?
Yeah, it is actually.
Is it called
yeah.
that? Business B.
Yeah, it is a bit actually.
Yes, I like it. I like a little bit of,
Sort of one of Gaz's notes there. Sam actually looks good. Meow.
She does. Yeah, I think it's nice when people dress just to set the tone. It's this is serious.
Yeah, that's true actually. It's like when Gina Marie was HOH and BB15 and she wore a business suit to conduct her meetings. It's like, calm down. Sonia said to Tim, do you think everyone was honest with the hackers? And he said, I think so.
Wasn't that a chance for...
Oh, he was covering for Drew.
To bring up the whole
he was covering
conversation.
For him.
Drew will be lost quite a bit to wake up without Sam in here.
I bet.
Is this going to turn Tim and Tully, I've written? Are they going to start to turn around their plan because they feel soft on Drew and his emotions?
Yeah, but what can they do? They've got to evict either Drew, Sam or
Alicia.
The other person. Yeah. There's only so much that can be done. I noticed something Estelle said.
What?
She said... There were some things that happened that drew people closer together. Closer together.
Code.
I was like, ooh, is that deliberate or is that just a coincidence?
Coincidence. Sonia said, Drew, what more do you have to offer these housemates?
Well,
Drew, what did you say?
Eye candy, meat bag.
Drew basically said, I haven't made many connections, but he said this reflects his life on the outside, didn't he?
Yeah, because he's probably busy chasing the latest bit of skirt outside the house.
He's a lone wolf.
A bit of skirt.
A bit of skirt, God.
That's probably how he sees with it.
Sonia asked Alicia how she can make a decision between Drew and Sam. Alicia said, when I get into the diary room tonight, I'm just going to see which one comes out first. It's a good tactic, isn't it? Or just go ahead and flip a pillow.
Yeah. Lol.
I've just read Drew's Do Less t-shirt, lol, the irony.
Don't you think just some of Drew's clothes are a bit cringe? Like a problem child, like, mate, you're like mid-30s, and like riot and stuff. In a way, don't you think they're kind of like, in a way it suits them and it kind of looks cool. In another way, don't you just think, oh, grow up, man.
I want to be edgy.
But having said that, the way I dress, I can't really comment. But sometimes I do think. But Tim, to be fair, Tim's kind of the same. They do have their own unique styles.
Sort of sets them apart as characters as well.
Yeah. Oh, and Drew said to the other housemates, "Thank you for putting up with me." No problem.
So in the vote, have you got anything else before the vote?
Oh, shit.
Tim in the diary said they're useless on my game. They always sort of like show the reasoning before they drop the name, if they're going to include it at all, don't they? They're obviously told to make an ambiguous nomination. AKA Sam. Sam is useless to Tim's game. Estelle voted out Drew. Sam voted out Alicia.
It was annoying. Sam and Drew both voted out Alicia. You know, to save each other. If they were clever, they should have voted for each other.
Did they not?
No, they both voted for Alicia.
Oh, they should have voted for each other
to go, just so they could stay.
What? But then still split them up? Why would they do that? Why would they vote against one another?
So that they've got a better chance of staying.
Oh, and Alicia has more votes on her.
No, forget Alicia. They both voted for Alicia, which were wasted votes.
Why?
Because Alicia only got those 2 votes. Whereas if they'd voted for each other and it was close, that could have made the difference.
Changed the outcome.
Yeah.
They should have gone fully selfish.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Well, they didn't. They stayed loyal to the
boring.
soil. Boring. I haven't got every vote. Gabby wasn't showing JC, wasn't showing. Tully voted out Sam. Was that a big build up to that one?
She did it before, didn't she? She saved her one time because Drew had twisted her arm, so now she's like, oh, fuck that. You know.
Well, she did it and then went back last week. She went more towards Drew's favour on his birthday, remember? Playing the birthday card as you'd written in the description. Dave had an interesting comment.
That was good.
He said that he is sick to the eyeballs of the Drew and Tully show.
I want to see.
I like the Drew and Tully show.
I want to see the Drew and Tully
show. In fact, when
is
that coming out?
Yeah, I want to see that. But I did like the fact that he said that he hates Tully, doesn't he? He seems to really have it in for her.
He does have it in for her, yeah. But also, I would have thought the Drew and Sam show was the bigger concern.
Yeah. So what's been going on with Drew and Tully, and why haven't I seen it? Annoying.
Good question. Brenton voted out Drew. Johnson voted out Sam. Alicia said something about head and not heart, but I don't think we saw who it was.
No, not the head and
anyway, it came down to 2 votes for Alicia, 5 votes for Drew, 6 votes for Sam. So you're right.
It would have made a difference.
Yeah.
It would have made it a tie.
Would it?
About that.
Would it?
Oh,
They'd have one. No, they cancel each other out, so it would still be Drew going.
Well, what if only one of them had? Drew didn't even go to it, it was Sam.
Yeah, you're right. If one of them had, that might have changed it. I can't do the numbers. I don't claim to be a numbers person. I'm not like.
You're no number.
I'm a heart player. Don't come to me with the numbers.
Not an accountant.
Yeah.
Sam went, yes, finally.
There's a noisy animal out here now.
Yeah, so. Shut up, stop making that noise.
Who said yes finally?
Me.
Oh. And the nation.
And now I'm wondering if Tim and Drew have been pretending to not like each other.
I've written that Sam stopped short of saying I love you. Did you think it was going to come out?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Because that's that last opportunity when you're being evicted. It sometimes does slip out, doesn't it?
I do wonder what happened with them after the show. Like, did she just watch the show back and think, oh, what a twat? Or, you know, did they see each other again? I'm curious.
I don't know. I have to look on that gossip site. But there was a video.
If anyone knows, can you let us know?
From Drew's girlfriend on social media where they were popping a bottle of Prosecco because, or maybe even champagne because Sam was out finally. Probably so they can actually enjoy the show together now without the awkwardness. Yeah.
Oh, how funny. Was that Drew's girlfriend who looks a bit plasticky?
Well, it was her filming. She was behind the lens. I've not seen her myself.
Yeah, I've seen her on his stories. She looks a bit, Botoxy. That is very interesting. Yeah, you do ruin your experience on a show if you're just in a showman's, don't you? Because you can't watch it back because it's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's like the wedding photos all over again. Sam wants Drew to take out the best player in the game. Who is the best player in the game?
Tim, I think.
Oh.
I said, please leave this time when she was walking down the hallway. Like, imagine if they fucking saved her again.
Pretty much every eviction this year, I've been wishing them out of that door.
You've outstayed your welcome. I said Drew will never take out Tim, but if he did, I'd be impressed. Do you think Drew's got that move in him? He hasn't.
It would be. Come on.
It would be a bold. That would be a head move.
Just to now start playing with Tim and go a bit further and cut him. But he hasn't. I don't think he's got the minerals.
Drew does try and do a little move here and there, though. Yeah, like that thing with Joel.
A little move.
Like the thing with Joel about the girlfriends.
A little turn on the catwalk.
A little bit of da-da in your mind.
I'm not convinced he's got it in him.
No, me either.
I think also when confronted with Tim, who's such a manipulator, it'll be hard for Drew to get to that point. I've got the next day now. What about you?
Yeah, same.
Okay. Oh, did you just write them all on one everlasting note?
Why do a new one? What's the point?
I don't know, I like to keep them, in order by episode.
They are in order, just scroll down.
I've written that it's night 32, is that correct? Sonia said that. It cut back to after the eviction, didn't it? Because there was a bit of fallout and Estelle was fuming that Drew didn't go. Tim was acting kind of sheepish because it's Tim had been leading the OGs into a false sense of security that it was going to be Drew going.
Yeah, and Estelle was shouting from the balcony.
Was she?
Yeah, she was up on the balcony going, "Why do you want to call a truce with Drew?" It's like, well, he's been friends with him for longer than you, probably. Oh yeah, when Tully said she was surprised it happened, and Tim went, "I love it," like through gritted teeth like that. Drew also did a speech about Sam and how wonderful
very
she
rousing
was.
Speech.
He said, "I'm scientifically blessed to have met Sam." It's like, well, you're scientifically blessed, but not to have met her.
Estelle's now starting to see holes in the truth and loyalty of the Tim fabric. I like this.
And when Estelle was shouting and Tim went, "What's that?" Like pretended he couldn't hear to give himself more time to think of a response.
Tim has decided that the newbies and OGs is crumbling. The line, what is it? The line between them.
Line in the sand.
Tim's decided that. He's the one that's decided to crumble that.
They're the ones, exactly.
Yeah.
They're the ones who've crumbled their own alliance. The newbies stay strong on the whole, apart from these flip-floppers like Gabby.
Yeah. Drew's coming for Estelle's weird little glasses and pencil skirt, and Tim said, like a weird librarian. I think that's what he said. Is that right? Weird?
I thought
it was a bit mean.
Ouch.
I'll put it in the Tim and Drew show's back then.
Yeah, both of them in bitches. Estelle said Tim has a higher purpose, and that's himself. I mean,
it's true.
Yeah, so should you. It's one person wins the game, not an alliance.
And there is that. Most people are not thinking about that until a little bit later down the line, though.
Yeah, but sometimes you've got to strike with the irons hot.
The hackers came back on day 33, didn't they?
Now, why are the hackers after the shopping budget? Hackers can hack into like a bank,
yeah,
good
point.
Some top FTSE company.
The FTSE 100.
But instead, they're going for BB Australia's $1,000 shopping budget.
Well, they've not heard of NFTs and Bitcoin over there.
I asked.
Also, they've also produced some swipe passes with the housemate's face on, which you don't usually get from your run-of-the-mill hackers. What's the point of this? They want to take the $1,000 shopping budget.
Running to press a fucking button.
Of course
again.
it is.
Give me strength.
Housemates are security. When the name is on the screen, they've got to go and deactivate the security post by tapping them.
Oh, this seems like a good time to go and have a shower.
Reggie was very confused. The budget falling by the second is very kitten. Please leave the Big Brother house. I've written. I did like that. Tara's on the way to the loo. And that costs about $35 because he had to run from the toilet. They love to do this. It's not getting tiresome at all, Big Brother. Please keep with more of this. We want to see more of people running to various points and being interrupted in the shower next year. We've not seen enough of it. JC, Taras and Alicia are already planning which sweets to get in the bedroom. What's the sweets called? Some of Chumbawamba or something. The name of the sweets that they want to get.
Oh yeah, it's a funny name, isn't it? Super Dupers.
Zupa Dupers. I think it's Zupa Dupers. I want to know about the Zupa Dupers.
That seemed like we tried to Google it, but when we Googled it, the only thing we could find was it's like a protein powder.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's not that. Oh, is it that?
Yeah.
Is that
was the closest thing we could find to that name.
In a pack of 48 because she wanted like 48 pieces of sugar. She said.
I don't get that, man.
Was it Australian?
Yeah, I think so.
How did you spell it?
I don't know, Jack looked it up.
Zupa
Duper.
It's got to be with a Z. Oh, here they are.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it protein powder?
They're ice pops.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or lollies, as we actually call them.
Yeah, well, do we?
I've
got a freeze pop
yeah.
Looks like it.
Yeah, Chilly Willy. That's what they used to be called.
Really?
Yeah, when we were growing up.
I didn't have those ones. That sounds quite odd. I just used to get the Flintstones ones.
Oh, yeah.
Were they from, I think they were like Sainsbury's or something.
Yeah, I've had those ones. The big ones are the best. Mr. Freeze, the ones you get in the corner shop.
They were like such a staple. I don't think, do kids still have those?
Yeah, I don't know, probably, because they're not fattening, are they?
You always had that in the freezer
of course.
Summer. Like, it's like, you can't get through summer without those.
You have a bit of kitchen roll round it
because it's so
cold.
And the colours are like toxic.
Yeah, have to cut the top off because you can't get into it otherwise.
But always stuck that little bit out that gets stuck in the top of the packet. That and like choc ice.
Oh, choc ice. I just swear they don't sell choc ices anymore.
Don't they?
When was the last time you
What is this country coming to?
I want a choc ice. Don't think we know.
They used to hurt my teeth. I couldn't eat them. That and Screwball. No, Screwball. A Screwball.
Yeah, I don't like
the
those.
ice cream with the bubble gum in the bottom.
No, I don't want that bubble gum in the bottom.
I like that.
No. No.
So now we know the Zupa Dupas are ice pops.
Johnson said $92 is good for a family of 2 for one night, which I actually thought was kind of funny.
You did say that Johnson's funny. So
yeah, he is a little bit funny.
Estelle and Reggie are in the bedroom saying, we can never trust Drew again.
Yeah. He will act like he's part of us, but we can never trust him again. She is fucking hell-bent on revenge with Drew, isn't she?
Yeah, Estelle.
Yeah. She hates him.
Drew asked Tim if they should keep us a secret. Tim must be so happy now.
Yeah.
He's got Tim a little. He's got Drew.
He's got his boy back. I don't know where you're up to.
No.
I feel like I'm getting ahead of myself. Next thing I've got is Drew nicking the sweets. Oh, sorry, the lollies.
I've got Drew is in the diary room saying Estelle is safe as HOH. The only way to get her is to cause chaos. So the chaos ensued now with the whole taking of the lollies, wasn't it?
That was a silly place to put them, wasn't it? Rather
on
dangerous
that shelf.
as well, yeah. Why not just leave them up top?
That whole thing just looks
fake
weird.
as fuck.
There's just the position of like the HOH suite. Like they just dug out a little hole above the kitchen. They're using the kitchen cupboards as a shelf. It's just weird.
And then when Drew got called out for it, Tim goes, instant elimination. That's what we thought the punishment should be.
What's this? I've got no notes for end of the task and the result.
Oh, that's good to know.
What task was that? Oh, the security task.
So Estelle's treats were confiscated in the diary room. Drew was
what else was up there? Some kiln a jar of some liquid that I didn't know what that was as well.
No,
a few things on that shelf.
God knows. She already hates Drew, so this is probably not going to bode well. Drew was laughing. And then Drew got banished to the garden.
Oh yeah, we didn't see much of that play out really, what that meant for Drew in the garden.
Oh, and this is when Estelle and Tim started having a row. Tim goes to be fair, you've had 2 weeks of lolly. Not everyone has lollies when things are hard.
Isn't lolly a slang for money over here?
Is it?
Isn't it?
Yeah, it could be.
Lolly?
Do you like to turn to a lolly when things are hard? When times are tough?
Why? Who said that?
That's what Tim said.
What did he say?
To be fair, you've had 2 weeks of lollies. Not everyone has lollies when things are hard.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a point. Like, you need your little things to get by in a BB house. Those little treats.
But why have they voted for Estelle to be HOH 2 weeks in a row? Not 2 weeks in a row.
She wasn't she a guest of the HOH last week?
Oh,
so that's why she could go up with whoever it was.
Oh, okay, fine.
I think that's why she's had 2 weeks of lollies.
And then Tim was like having a go at Estelle, and Drew started clapping from the garden. I did think they were being a bit pathetic, to be honest.
Bitchy.
Did you? Estelle said, Tim, just shut up. You push people and you push people.
Yeah, this is where it broke from a bit of fun to something real for Estelle, and it's true. It's the whole
does do that.
Go to me and go to me and go to me.
He does it to Tully, he does it to Estelle. He pushes people, pushes their buttons, which is a concept I don't agree with, but it's true in this case.
I think like he's got less ammunition on Estelle probably though. Like he's been doing it to Tully seemingly more so.
Yeah.
From what we've seen since she got there, the whole like, oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. This is Drew's new girlfriend and all that stuff. Like he relishes that, doesn't he? So I wonder what his angle is with Estelle. Like it's something but we're not seeing it.
I think he said later, didn't he? Something like she's too bossy. She thinks she's like the head of the OGs, and that's why he doesn't want to be.
Because someone's actually got to keep them tight.
Yeah, good point. And stop them going off track like Dave. Estelle said it's not about the lollies, it's about respect. And I think it's because Tim's gone running back to Drew, and now the alliance is looking ever more shaky.
Of course it's that. Of course it's not about the lollies.
No.
But I think things like this, these little things in the house trigger other stuff. Like there's always anything gate that we have. I can't think of any examples now.
Yeah.
But like there's always these
Lollygate.
small things. Yeah, this can be lollygate. Always these small things that bring out how people truly feel.
Yeah. Dave and Reggie weren't happy. Dave said, we can't have all these cracks and the kids seeing the adults arguing.
Someone think of the children.
Drew was gloating about the blow up. Don't know what that was. Group meeting with Dave, Reggie, Estelle and Tim.
They kind of made up, didn't they?
Yeah, Dave was like getting them to kind of like apologise.
Our strength is in our unity.
Yeah, and trying to get them to apologise. And then Tim was like...
Tim was still going on about the lollies.
still
Tim
going
was
off
like
track.
me in an argument. It's like, no, I still need to make my point.
Yeah. Tim apologising, sort of. Dave was encouraging him to get on his knees.
Which Tim was ignoring.
Yeah.
I noticed he was not going to get on his knees for any amount of money.
No. Estelle said, every plan I've made, you foiled. Foiled
And I would have
again.
got away with it too.
It's a funny thing to say.
It's true though.
Tim said, it's not a dictatorship. And Dave said, look, we're the only group who's all still here. What about Trev? And Layla, come on. And also, what about Tully? It seems like Tully's not part of this core four. What is Tully? Side piece?
I don't know. I wish
I
I
think
did
it's weird
know.
that they were having that
she's
meeting
not a
and
number for us. Like she is.
We know Dave don't like Tully though, and Tim's a bit funny
It's
with
the
her.
way I feel. The thing with Tully is like she's going around to several people going, you know, I would tell you, even to Alicia, because she's got friend. She's a friend with Alicia. I think she's friendly with them.
Tully's close with a few of those noobs.
That might be why the OGs have their backs up.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Especially Reggie. We know what a hardline OG is.
I love that she is so hardline. To be fair.
Yeah. Tim said it's not a dictatorship. Oh yeah, I already said that.
Reggie thinks it might actually be good that they appear cracked when they're actually united. I said, I know there's a change in tone here from the music in the way they're interacting. It's like, oh, the OGs have made up.
Oh yeah, and during that fight, Tim was like, "Oh, I don't go around telling people what to do." And literally, the next scene was him going, "I need to vote for this person, this person, this person." It's like Tim's not a liar all over again.
Tim doesn't lie.
Yeah, bollocks. Oh. Now what happened? Are you out of notes?
No, it was the next day. It was day 35. Gabby is taking part in the morning OG chat. So there's this thing where the OGs get up earlier, and that's when they do their strategizing when the newbies are all in bed. Tim is suggesting nominating JC.
No, Tim doesn't go around telling people what to nominate.
Now,
Go on.
which of the OGs might throw a spanner in the works of a plan to nominate someone on the other side because they're just too damn compassionate? Do you remember?
Well,
Dave was like, oh no, we can't, not JC. No, I can't do it to JC. And Reggie's like, look, the newbies see you as the weak link to Dave.
No shit, you're all the weak
But
link.
he was kind of like, yeah, and what about you?
I don't think Dave is hilarious. So he don't know what day of the week it is, does he? That's it.
Enjoy the dynamic. It's fun TV.
He's funny to watch. He's just this weird guy, but very funny and very sweet.
Didn't Tim start to do a role play of strat chat with Reggie to sort of get her in the game?
And then Reggie was like failing to understand what a role play was, wasn't she? She was like, and then I'd say, and he's
I'm whatever, Alicia.
And Dave said, yeah, this is smart. Let's get info from them. Yes, this is how you play BB. It was like Tim was explaining like the strategy, how to do strategy in Big Brother, like a month and a half in.
Yeah, the masterclass. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Johnson said the OGs are falling apart. Reggie told John. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Cut to Reggie in the kitchen.
Johnson was like, "I'm going to go."
I've heard your name.
Yeah. Johnson was like, "I'm going to go up to the weakest link in the house and try and get some information." Like immediately,
There
Reggie
you go.
just spilled the beans.
After Reggie's has pointed out Dave for being that person.
Yeah. That was bad on Reggie's part, wasn't it?
It was pretty bad, but she then went into game mode and sort of like lied about it, didn't she? Like faked it to Gabby, I think.
And she went in the diary room and said, "Bugger, I've already stuffed it up."
She's like, where did that come from? Like, that was quite a good game face. Like, well done, Reggie. You've got it in you. Johnson says to put Tully up and get rid of her. What? Oh, I thought Johnson liked Tully. Also, Johnson, you're supposed to be a super fan. Have some respect for these OGs.
I don't know. I've got Drew is getting in the Caitlyn Jenner memorial lift here.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, is that to go to the comp? Must have been.
Yeah,
Must
to
be
the
in
basement. Yeah, the basement.
Drew is not scared of the purple chairs. The purple chairs. That must be the eviction chairs.
Oh,
I've never heard them just referred to in that manner before. Go on, what was this comp? You're the comp.
The comp beast. It's the one with like a spool and a table.
Oh,
and
the spool of lies.
They got to stack those cylinders on it, and it spins around, and it involves tension.
I can't see this.
2 ropes.
Oh yeah. The balancing kind of thing, and the looks like little sticks of chalk.
Yeah, there's the cylinders.
They did look chalkish.
JC looks good with the top knot I've written. Now I see it. Finally, I see it.
Good. Did he have the bandana on?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did look good.
Very
a handsome man, just no personality whatsoever.
I've got a thought here, and I can't remember what it was, so let's see. Rather than Estelle sitting out, I'd have made her pick someone to be safe and sit out.
Rather than her sitting out, wouldn't she prefer herself to sit out?
I don't know, like the HOH gets a power in the competition, don't they? I think it's because the numbers weren't even, so she just had to sit out. I thought it might have been more interesting if she had the power to
pick someone
give
else.
Someone the chance to be safe.
Yeah, that does make sense. Team hotness, Drew and JC of it. Pathetic. Oh, Tim was with Reggie. I was like, oh shit, I don't think that's going to go down well. What is the point in Brenton? Is the next thing having said that, then him and Taras actually won.
Doesn't mean that he's got a point.
No, that's true.
Yeah, they did. That's all I've actually written.
Yeah.
And I've written Benton here. Benton is lucky he has a nice body.
Benetton.
Because his greasy hair is terrible.
He has got weird hair. If you're talking greasy hair, we need to talk about Drew. He's got greasy ass hair and he's going bald and all. Stop commenting on people's personal appearance. I've got some offensive things to say about people's personal appearances later. Stay tuned.
Coming up. Dan likes to ask me, like, is that greasy hair? Because like, Dan doesn't understand, like, white people hair. So he's like, is that hair greasy or what? And I looked at him and I was like, it could be a product, but I think it's probably just, like, he hasn't washed his hair for a few days.
That's so funny, because Jack's always asking about black people's hair. It's like I've got the opposite problem, except for I don't know about black people's hair, so I just have to guess. That's funny. So... 4 people will be up with.
Well, yeah.
So I thought it was going to be a double eviction.
Me too. Was it not?
No.
Oh.
Because then they secretly didn't get rid of Drew, and then they got rid of Alicia. Actually, they didn't get rid of anyone.
Is that not a double? No.
No. Oh, sort of, but not quite.
Okay. Tully is worried about going up. Drew says they should expect to hear their name at this stage of the game.
Drew said some people have been mentioning Tully's name.
Who said that? Drew?
Yeah, and Tully started crying.
Oh, she went to cry on the stairs, didn't she? Someone had a right go at her for that.
Oh, yeah.
Alicia.
Taras was comforting, and then Alicia was coming over going like, oh, don't worry, blah, blah, blah. And then behind her back.
If any reason to nominate
her. Yeah, I was like, fuck off.
Alicia comes over and then sticks a knife in her back, I said, by saying it's a reason to nominate her.
In the diary room, it said Alicia's job was entrepreneur. And Jack went, yeah, right. Which I thought was rather rude and potentially sexist.
Isn't she supposed to have sold 2 businesses?
What aren't they?
I don't know. Selling Zupa Dupas on the front garden and... I don't know, so I'm on eBay.
So then what happened? Alicia wants Tully out after she was just being nice to her. Alicia said she can't do it and it's not her game about Tully and Big Brother.
She can't do Big Brother.
Yeah, and it's not her game. Mate, she's literally a legend. So that's a load of rubbish. Maybe she meant the new version. Is that
Probably.
Then I wrote Gabby is playing the middle well, and then literally the next sentence, maybe not.
What's the middle whirl?
The middle well. She's playing the middle well, and then literally Reggie was like, mm-mm.
Well, Reggie overheard Alicia basically telling Gabby this plan to get rid of Tully, right? I found it really interesting that Reggie was like quite far away.
Listening.
And she said something about like when you lose one sense, another one.
You do hear that,
when
don't
one
you?
door closes, another window opens.
Yeah.
One other sense strengthens.
Yeah, it must do, right?
I guess so,
Yeah.
to compensate for your awareness. But like that wardrobe room is pretty far from that bedroom door, I think. And she's just there like loitering. I thought, this is really good.
Could just be editing.
Nah. Anyway, she doesn't trust Gabby and wants to get rid of her. Reggie probably went quite extreme because did she ever consider the fact that
Gabby
could
is getting
be playing,
information?
and could be playing Alicia?
Yeah.
But did Gabby ever bring this information to the OGs?
That's true.
I'm
she
not
must
sure.
have had suspicions, I think, in the first place to be. Do you know what I mean?
Who?
But shouldn't
had
Reggie
suspicions?
about Gabby?
Oh, yeah,
they
she
shouldn't
did.
they be concentrating on going after the actual?
You know, the thing with Reggie, she doesn't trust anyone that's not an OG.
No, that's true. But wouldn't you rather go for someone like Alicia or whatever, rather than go for Gabby, who could be one of your own?
Of
is it
course.
better the devil you know than the devil you don't?
Excuse me. No, because Gabby can side with the OGs in votes sometimes.
So
Yeah.
Dave doesn't want to vote out Gabby. Reggie went outside and spoke to Dave and said, look, I think we've got to get rid of Gabby. And Dave was like, nah. And she was like, come on. And he's like, if I have to. And he's like, oh, you're making a move, Reg.
Actually, I've noted here, I've answered my own question. Gabby is being shady around Tully and not telling her Alicia said her name. So there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, Dave said he would feel rotten to put up Gabby.
He said, if you really want me to, crikey.
Yeah, Dave said, you're making a move, Reg. And Reggie said, I've got to do something. If her life depends on it. I got the nominations. What about you?
The next thing I've got is Estelle said, Drew is unwilling to be kinder to people. And then
hashtag be kind.
Yeah, and then Drew saying this human meatbag thing.
Oh, why haven't I got the human meat bag yet then?
I don't know. What's going on?
I don't know, I've got the noms. Did you not write them down?
No, I never write the numbers down.
Okay,
but normally I
well-
do write when we're in the eviction room, so I'm confused.
Alicia said about Tully that she was sick of her emotional outbursts, I think. These are individual noms, by the way.
Hold on.
What? Hold up.
Oh, this must be... Oh, this is the noms. Yeah, Estelle said... Estelle nominated Drew because she said he's unwilling to be kinder to people.
Yeah, you're right. I've
Drew,
got that as a reason.
Drew nominated JC because... Yeah, go on.
Brenton's still voting out Tully, so he's not on the right side of history. Tully voted out Johnson, which I thought was interesting. I don't know.
Because he said he was anti-her, wasn't he? So they must have had some...
Yeah, and then he also voted for her as well, but that wasn't in the edit, but I've written that in later. Drew, this is when Drew called JC. He said, for my own sanity, this person doesn't have a brain, he's a human meatbag. About JC.
Hot calling the kettle black there.
Tim mentioned a floater, but I don't know who it was about, because his wasn't shown. Reggie mentioned deceit and trust and voted out Gabby. We saw that coming. And Dave's nomination is based on teamwork. I think Dave did actually side the right way in the end.
He did, and BB said, oh, so you're nominating who Reggie wants you to nominate.
Oh.
And Dave said, yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro. So, interestingly, Alicia got no nominations. Neither did Dave, neither did Jules, neither did Reggie, neither did Tim.
Oh, you do surprise me.
So the noms were... Because 4 of them are going up, right?
JC...
They all had 3 votes, I think.
Votes.
Drew, JC, Tully and Gabby.
Gabby looked shocked, didn't she?
Was there not a sort of a twist coming up too?
Yeah.
Oh, Gabby was shocked.
Yeah.
Estelle had a power, right?
Estelle can save and replace. This is how Alicia ended up on the block. She saved Tully.
Yeah. And she'd had no votes. That's kind of like...
Oh, I don't want to go out on a no vote. Sometimes that's the way things go.
It was quite nice to see it happen in a way. I think she was given a hard time also by Tim, I think, for even putting her in the position from having 0 votes. But that's the game. What
can you do? Yeah.
It could happen to anyone.
She had no choice but to save someone and put someone up. So there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, were they saying she should have done whoever was the next...
I don't know,
next
really.
most votes? Well, shoulda, coulda, woulda, do what I want.
Yeah, exactly. It's their choice. And so I was glad, because I was worried about Tully. So for that to save her, I was like, phew, because I don't want her to go anywhere.
No, me either.
But yeah, Estelle being like, oh, I really didn't want to have to put up Alicia. It's like, well, maybe you should own it a little bit, because you could have chosen anyone else in the house. Alicia feels... Alicia feels sad, ding, angry, ding, pissed off, ding. Like, Alicia always uses the same emotion twice, angry and pissed off.
Yeah,
it's the same
Jack
thing.
said the same thing, actually.
Tim's like, at least you know nobody wanted to see you up there. And Alicia was like, somebody did.
Oh, yeah. This was when we had this standoff between Alicia and Tully, didn't we? Where, like, Alicia was pissed...
we?
Yeah, Alicia was pissed off that she went up for no reason. But then Tully was like, who nominated me? And was pissed off that Alicia... put a vote on her.
Because she found out. And Alicia was like, I would... Tully was like, I would tell you if I heard your name.
As if you would she goes, oh no, you should have told me you were going to put a point on me. As if you're going to fucking tell someone I'm going to put a point on you. That's ridiculous.
In an integral game, you should...
Please, as if anyone would do that. Stupid. Oh yeah, Alicia said, oh, the girl thing to Estelle, like, girl code, you shouldn't have put me up kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. And then Estelle was like... Hang on a minute. So she basically, it came to light because Tully approached Alicia and was like, did you vote for me? And she went, yeah, I did. And she was like, oh, you could have told me. And then Tully took that information to Estelle and was like, then so why did she just call girl code on me? I like that, like calling girl code. Let's call the girl code.
Girl code's load of BS. Tully said, I would never have put a point on you. Tully making everything all about herself as usual. And Tully goes,
right, though.
Tully goes, this changes everything. Yeah, but Tully literally just got off the block. She should be thanking her lucky stars she's off the block.
Oh, yeah.
Instead, she's running around like trying to like cause a drama. Alicia should be the one pissed off. She's the one on the bloody block. And I don't even like Alicia, but come on. Take your Tully blinkers off and look at the truth.
Okay.
Johnson said, oh, what I thought, the world doesn't revolve around you. You're not nominated. You've just been saved.
Yeah, about Tully.
He was right. I think me and Johnson are like...
On a level.
We're on the level.
Alicia mentioned cutting the snake off at the head.
Oh, don't do that.
Cut the snake off at the head. What should I do with the snake? I don't know. Cut it off at the head? Okay.
Just chuck the rest away. Was that it for that episode?
You know, if you do cut it off at the head, it can't do that thing with the tongue.
What if it grows back like a worm? Was that it for that episode?
Yeah, that's the end of that one.
Sweet.
We didn't get an eviction.
That was a strange ending, yeah. It was just like...
So there are 2 evictions in the next episode.
Yeah, Drew's and Alicia's.
Yeah.
But neither of them actually went.
It was confusing because, like, you know where you are when the eviction room comes up in the show, and it was, like, very early.
See,
so
you
you're
don't
like,
the formula. See? A stickler for the formula like me.
Can we have a little break, please?
Yeah,
right.
Did you write down the thingy in the last break?
Oh, fuck, I forgot.
Jesus. Jesus. Be right back.
Yeah, welcome back.
To the final episode of the week.
It's like 2 episodes in one, though, so there's a lot to talk about.
I was drunk watching this, so God help us.
Were you?
Yeah.
I
watched it last night. Yeah. So God knows what happened.
It's day 36. Not the misleading noises again I've written.
Oh, it's so pathetic.
It's the same shit every year.
Every day.
Who was working out today?
Fast. The first thing I've got is Tully told Drew to start a new showmance. And Drew said, you and I could give it another crack.
They were by the pool.
Yeah, Tully said, but I'm in love with my beautiful Italian. And Drew said, it didn't stop you last time.
Yeah.
What a motherfucker. That did crack me up, though.
Drew said he wasn't going to spend his last day lifting weights. Fair enough.
Do you think if Tully didn't have a boyfriend, and there could have been hope for Drew and Tully again in the
there's
house?
always hope for people that have met in the BB house to like at least do a storyline.
Rekindle, yeah.
You know, like when we saw it over here when Chantal and Preston were back in the house.
Yeah, that's true.
There seemingly was something still there, but then I wasn't sure if they were just in on it for like the magazine deals.
Yeah, sometimes there is something there, but it's not a romantic thing anymore. It's just a affectionate thing, sort of thing.
I mean, Big Brother definitely wanted this to look like Drew was more interested in spending time with Tully, like, than hanging out with the boys and doing weights or whatever.
Right.
And they focused a lot on that conversation, which I liked to see. But I don't know if it was just coincidental that they both happened to be wanting to lie by the pool more than we need to spend every last waking minute together because we haven't got time.
yeah.
It was a fun conversation, though.
It was good.
Tully was acting like she's pleased Drew survived eviction in front of Big Brother. But, like, it was like a gritted teeth, like, yeah, of course I'm pleased that Drew's still here, but, like, she actually wasn't.
Do you think that might have annoyed her, what he said, even though it was a joke? Like, oh, that didn't stop you last time. Because if that was because if your boyfriend was watching at home, you think, oh, I don't want my boyfriend to think.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? That might be like, I'd rather sort of get him out here so there's not any doubt.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't see much beyond that, did we? I'd almost certainly think Tully's response would be like, don't say that sort of shit.
Yeah, because she don't.
Twat. Like, my boyfriend could watch this.
Yeah, she takes things quite seriously, doesn't she? Whereas Drew's like a piss taker.
Yeah.
So it could be a bit of an issue. Maybe that was what led to this. Who knows?
Estelle is sick of Drew rolling his eyes at her. He's diminishing her experience. Here you go. Now we're getting more of a picture of how annoyed Estelle is with Drew's existence. I've written oats a la Drew.
Yeah, I someone said, whose oats are these? Oh yeah, Drew was eating them all, and they were saying, oh, there's enough for 3 people there. And didn't he go,
who was complaining about that?
Go, shut up.
Yeah, who did he told shut
Estelle,
up?
I think. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Shut up.
He did say shut up.
Estelle is coming for him.
I've written, Drew and Estelle don't get along.
No. News flash.
Also, I took the screen cap. Size of that bread, it looks like a turkey. Did you see that bread on the kitchen counter?
I thought they were on rations.
They have to make their own bread.
That'd be nice to have
how
to make
big that
bread.
looks.
It looks nice. I bet Reggie made that.
Yeah. Must be a lot of yeast in that. Jeez.
Panic Room is the next thing I've got.
Yeah, JC is wearing a proud rainbow t-shirt I've written. Is JC part of the Rainbow Mafia, or is he just borrowing Dave's clothes?
I think it's probably just Taris's or something. No, Taris is straight, isn't he?
Is he? Has he got a girlfriend?
Yeah, he's got a girlfriend.
Surprises me.
Yeah. He's probably, bit of this, bit of that, bit of the other. Why not? Why not?
So Estelle picked Alicia and Gabby to take on the Panic Room.
Don't hate me more than you already do.
Well, she just thought all they're doing is worrying about the eviction. Perhaps be a nice little distraction.
Give them something else
what do
to
you
focus
think? Is that a good
on.
idea? Or?
I thought it was quite a funny reason. Definitely not true.
I mean, I think there's logic in it. Alicia was freaking out about chickens being in there. That was quite funny. There's no chickens in here.
Big Brother said there will never be a chicken in this house again.
Did they?
What about the KFC? Come on now.
So that task was...
Oh, this was actually quite
keys.
funny.
We like a key, key-based task.
I got the key.
They had to find and hit the green button inside the box in front of you within 3 hours. And there were just keys everywhere.
Oh,
right,
there was raining keys at one point.
Hallelujah.
And the kicker was they got through one box. There's another
one.
Box
Surprise, housemates.
And then another bloody box. I was surprised they even found one, let alone the others.
Me too. They actually seemed to get quite close. You can never quite trust the edit, but they must have done.
Tim and Drew were like poking their heads in the window.
He said, what you need is a system. But I was saying the same thing. Basically, obviously there are keys everywhere. I would have pushed all the keys to one corner. Yeah. All the ones I've done, chucked in the other corner.
But they were doing that. I saw them throwing keys into one corner. Yeah.
Tim said, everyone's saying that if you fail this, you're the two going home. A box within a box within a box. There's keys from the ceiling that potentially painful.
Yeah, dangerous. In a way, it doesn't make sense that the punishment for not passing this task was Drew went home. How does that work?
Is that the punishment?
Yeah.
How?
Because it was. That's what happens next.
Really?
Snap eviction, that was the punishment.
Oh.
That doesn't make
right.
the slightest bit of sense at all. That's a very unfair... That shows that this punishment is bullshit. Not the punishment, that the eviction is bullshit, because they could have... Oh no, because they
won it.
They just didn't include that key, did they, for the last vote?
Oh, do you think?
Duh.
So when they opened up that key, that box where the button was inside, they were like keys inside their box as well, weren't there? So obviously you choose those first. Maybe one of those wasn't the key, but I assume one of them would be.
I guarantee you there was no actual key for that final button.
Otherwise you'd have task.
Otherwise you'd have no
eviction.
scene. Yeah.
And no mainframe.
There you go. It's a 6. I'm writing to Ofcom.
That would do good.
Oh, what would Aussie Ofcom be called?
Oscom. Alarms.
Someone's having a barbecue. It smells really nice.
Not the food, just the fuel that she likes the smell of as
Hungry.
well. We're barbecuing a big leg of turkey tonight.
Oh, tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Some alarms were going off and there was a house evacuation. Someone said, "Is this real?" Yeah, there's a fire in the diary room. Big Brother said because they failed the panic room 4 times in a row, there will be a snap eviction. Did you notice Alicia's t-shirt? Looks a bit like my "You Can and You Will" t-shirt.
Oh, I did notice that, believe it or not. So we just saw You Can and You Will on season 1.
What does it say?
Lost touch with the common man.
Lost touch with the common man. What a thing to have on a t-shirt.
Because such a big what the fuck's that word? Entrepreneur. Dear. I don't think I should really be slagging anymore. I did like the face-to-face nominee. No.
I like that too.
Yeah, I like that aspect of it. Because it shows the cards, doesn't it? Shows us the cards.
And also, there's no point in them going to the diary room.
Did they show us?
Everyone?
Probably
yes,
not.
they did,
actually.
actually.
Oh, they did.
Drew only wants to talk to Estelle. This is about the eviction. He says he knows where her vote's going.
Oh, yeah, he only appealed to Estelle, didn't he?
He says he knows where her vote going in and it wasn't for the game, their relationship. Oh, he knows where her vote is going. If it wasn't for the game, their relationship would be different. This is a game thing that's made soured their relationship.
Why would their relationship be different? He winds her out. She obviously annoys him. I don't think it'd be the exact same.
He said, I can't change what I've done. You can't change what you've done.
I said here, I bet the eviction is fake. Did you think it was fake?
I had an idea.
They don't evict someone in the middle of the fucking day.
No.
Do they?
No.
Let's be honest. It's not. Very rarely have we ever seen such a thing.
Anything on anyone else's pleas and that to stay?
No.
Me neither. So in the face-to-face...
Anyone else is Gabby and Alicia. Who gives a shit?
The face-to-face vote. Reggie voted Alicia. Tim voted Alicia. Oh. To go. Drew voted JC.
Are you thick, I've written. Like, he should have voted for...
Who? Alicia. Well, he's very close to Alicia and Gabby, seemingly.
Okay.
It was almost like...
I feel like some other people voted... Oh, yeah, because the others had voted for Alicia, Reggie and Tim, Drew should have voted for Alicia too, to reduce the chances of him going. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. This is the thing with the vote, like, it can get tainted because you can see, oh, well, if I vote that way, then... Do you know what I mean? It's not fair if 3 people say someone's name first, because then you just think, oh, fuck it.
Yeah, and by down the end of the line as well, it could spiral.
Yeah, we spiral. We've seen that shit happen before on BB UK, speak of the devil.
Where did I get to? Drew. Gabby voted for JC. Estelle voted for Drew. You've been my arch nemesis of the best kind.
Yeah.
Johnson voted for Drew. Jules voted for Drew. Brenton did too. And JC. We just didn't have the relationship.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's always like a couple breaking up.
Wasn't there, man?
No, just had to go our separate ways.
Yeah.
The love had died.
Yeah, that's quite funny. Like, just acknowledging, like, oh, I don't really like
not for
you.
me, really. Yeah.
Just your old meat bags
like
together.
You go on a first date and just like, no.
Yeah, there's only room for one meat bag in that house.
Alicia voted for Drew. Taras voted for Drew. Dave voted for Drew. I just want Tully to have some free air, he said. Tully voted for Drew quite emotionally, right?
Yeah.
I didn't want to come in and play on my own. No, sorry, I did want to come and play on my own this time, and it's been really hard to do that, right?
Drew said, I'm proud of you when she did it. Proud of you.
I just remember that's why I got very emotional. Yes.
To me, you don't get to vote Drew out and then go cry about it. You don't get to do both those things. You either keep him and... do you know what I mean? You're part of the reason he's gone. This is what Drew said later in the main frame. You voted for me.
Yeah, well, I think
at the time he said, I'm
she's
proud
entitled
of you.
to be emotional about it, even though she thinks it's better for herself. She can also be sad for Drew because she does have compassion for him.
Oh, please. Keep him around.
Did you not feel emotional at this watching
Yeah,
this?
I was upset about Drew going.
I was more upset about Tully in this whole situation, to be honest with you. Big Brother said, with 9 votes, it's time to go. Drew. Dan moaned there about Big Brother doing Sonia's lines. Drew said, I wanted a landslide. Like, you got one.
Was this when Tully was
The Titanic,
on
the hand on the glass.
That was one of the clips we saw at the very, very beginning. Like when I saw the trailer, was Tully with her hands on the glass. So I knew as long as I hadn't seen that, Tully was going nowhere. So now I've seen that, Tully could go at any time.
That's quite annoying, but in a way you've got that in the back of your mind.
It is annoying.
It's a bit like me watching this new Star Wars show now. Like it's about Princess Leia as a kid, and like she got caught and like was being tortured. I knew she weren't going to die because I've literally seen the rest of Princess Leia's life story.
That's the trouble with prequels. It is rather irritating.
God, this main show is just like a prequel to the trailer.
But then we found out Drew was just in the bedroom packing up his t-shirts that are too young for him.
I need to talk about this more because I was very, very moved by this.
I was crying. I've written here, I am crying, but I was drunk, so I'm not sure.
I have found this series of BBAE more emotional than I ever would have thought. But like, I just felt like Tully was really going through emotional turmoil during that point. She said, "I love you" to him through the glass.
Yeah, she did.
Which I thought was a surprise.
She does.
But I guess is it like a love of a family member more than a,
I think
couple
there is something there, but she's moved on. Obviously they've both moved on, but I think get the feeling, and correct me if I'm wrong, Tully, but she was more invested in the relationship than he was.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Because she basically said that herself, like over the years she was hanging on to him, didn't she? And he...
I don't know.
She said it. She said, and we were talking about in the last podcast how it was like a romanticised thing. She probably thought, it was meant to be because they met in the house, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. So it's that, allure of the showmance.
The whole situation definitely affected her more than Drew.
Yes.
As well.
Because she gave up her girlfriend for him, and it was a lot. It changed her life completely.
I mean, that situation and this situation too. Yeah. Drew was like, okay, I'm evicted, fine, I'm going. And Tully was the one that was in pieces about him going. Drew was actually unbothered. Yeah,
but ain't that just Tully emotionally hijacking the situation as usual?
No, I won't stand for that.
No, because she shouldn't have evicted him then.
Yeah, but he was going to go anyway.
Well, she didn't know that when she voted.
Wasn't she like... I think there was a bit of jiggery-pokery with the vote as well.
You're biased as fuck.
I think they edited her to be at the end, even though it didn't happen that way.
You're biased.
So I think she still voted for Drew at a point where she didn't know he was going. I mean, I may be biased, but I just really felt for her in that moment. Like she seemed to be like have her guts wrenched out over the situation, and then I felt it was even more unfair of Big Brother to put her through that and for it to be fake. Because now she's going to have to deal with the fact that he comes back.
I want him to come back.
I mean, I would happily have seen both. I'm a bit annoyed that these evictions were fake. I'd rather just get some evictions going. Get Alicia and Drew out.
No, I want to see more Drew. Because we hardly got to see any of Drew when he was with Sam. So now I want to see that cheeky side of Drew, like messing about with Tim and stuff.
Okay.
And Tim and Drew's goodbye was quite emotional as well, I thought.
Was it?
Yeah, they sort of give each other a hug and it was sweet. Yeah, no, I want to see more. Even if we only see like one more day of Drew, I'd be happy with that.
Okay.
So, Alicia, yeah, she can go.
So the hackers took over and Drew said he was a hired gun. He has to act sad when he says goodbye. He wasn't very good at acting sad against the window, was he?
Yeah. Oh, this is where they said goodbye to the window. Oh, Big Brother Hacker said to Drew, "Do you understand?" And he said, "Crystal." He actually said it. Me and Jack are obsessed with people saying that. Hold on, I put Drew said "I love you" to Tully.
I heard
it was
Tully
a subtitle,
say it to
wasn't
Drew.
It? Well,
no,
look.
I heard it. I heard us. I love you.
No, I was drunk, so I'm going to trust your judgment.
I didn't see any subtitles.
There was a subtitle, I'm sure. It said, "I love you." Bit much from Tully here, I put.
Wow.
Too much Tully. It is a bit much. Again,
I thought it was all real, though. It is real emotion.
It is real, but then...
And it's nice to see... it's nice to see real emotion in this show, which is otherwise quite overly produced.
Yeah, you're right, it is real, but then again, I'll go back to her boyfriend. If that was my girlfriend, I'd be like, why is she so upset about him going? I suppose it's because of the mythology of the relationship and blah, 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 blah. I get the whole thing, but I just think it's just too much. It's just too much. I'm playing into it, aren't I? The irony.
She did pick a good name for that
Yeah,
podcast.
she did. It is too much. It's just...
Well, I was all in.
Me.
I'm fully invested, and I was in pieces myself.
I was literally crying.
I was at the point where I was ready to have a big sob, and Big Brother started to do the whole, this is just a fake eviction.
Yeah.
And I was like, hang on, you've really stifled. I was about to get out some emotional baggage of my own, and now you just shat all over it, Big Brother. It's fake eviction. Another one.
Look, it's not Big Brother, it's the BB hackers. So if you've got an issue, take it up with them. So Drew got rerouted to the mainframe.
He
back
did.
in the mainframe.
I knew that mainframe was going to come back. Did you know why?
No.
They included it in like the sort of the opening of the show when they do the house scenes. The mainframe is like flashing and stuff. And I thought, that's how I knew it was going to be a fake eviction.
I skipped that part. I'll tell you what was the spoiler in this part. Did you see? In the mainframe.
Sure. Oh, second bed.
Why'd they do that? Because then you know Alicia's going to
Yeah.
go. It's so stupid. Like, he could easily not show that.
Even Dan spotted there's like 2 beds in there. Just bring another bed in later.
Ridiculous. So Drew pledged his allegiance to the overlords, the BB hackers. I said, I'm happy to see Drew have a last hurrah. So we've got split feelings on BB on Blast here. Thought he was going anyway, so anything above that is a bonus. I said, you got to remember, I had a big crush on Drew for a long time, even though I do think he's a dick. So now they're at the halfway mark. God, I can't believe this show's only halfway through. Fuck.
Only halfway?
God, it feels long.
Good Lord.
Jesus.
I've written Drew with the face mask on in the mainframe. He's living it up, wasn't he?
Yeah, everyone was pining for Drew in the house, missing him and mourning for him.
He's plotting his revenge on Estelle, though. Estelle thinks that they've now diffused Tim now that Drew's out of the picture. Tim can't believe the newbies voted out Dreamy Drew, he says.
That's Tim's own opinion there, I reckon. Estelle said she can't trust him, and Drew was watching this, and he pulled a face. Estelle's going to get a bit fucked by this if Drew comes back.
This is the problem. But she will be fucked by this whole thing.
Yeah, but do you think it's just one will come back?
I hope so.
Yeah, it will be just one.
I think there'll be more of a twist involved. Maybe a comp or...
It can't be just vote them back in.
No, think of the White Room with Tilly and Ari. I think it might be something along those lines.
Yeah. Be quiet.
Estelle was telling Tim to close the fridge door.
Oh.
Tim didn't like it. Tim thinks Estelle's on her moral high horse.
Did you like Tim's straightened hair in this?
Oh no, I didn't like it.
It looks weird, doesn't it?
No, I didn't like it. Don't do that.
Alicia doesn't want to go home when she's had 0 votes.
Can we talk about morals when it's to do with closing the fridge door?
Good point. That's more, just common courtesy and energy saving.
Sorry, what were you saying about Alicia?
Alicia doesn't want to go out when she's had 0 votes. Well, that's the way it goes sometimes. And she wants to go after Estelle.
Yeah, but the sentence is about as genuine as Drew's eviction I've written. She was like, I'm targeting Estelle. Press 1 to target Estelle.
Then I've got the comp next.
Yeah, that's the second challenge in the yard. Did you notice that Drew looked like he was weeping over some letters that Ika shredded earlier? There's a shredder in that mainframe and a load of paper.
That's weird. What the hell? That is not going to work on the podcast.
I tweeted that already, so you can look at my tweets.
I've got 2 offensive things to say about people's appearance.
Oh, great! Let's hear it.
I think
I
you should be the decider. Well,
Okay.
That's one got on already.
Did someone have one?
Yes.
One
One is about a boy and one is about a girl. So
Gabby
does that
had a
even
camel
it out? Gabby's clothes don't fit her anymore. They might have when she come in the house, but they certainly don't anymore.
We know you can put weight on in the BB house.
Shout out Jay Goody. So to even it out, as I've said that one now, JC with his top off looks a little bit like he's got boobs.
Oh, he had quite a nice chest, I thought.
Oh no.
I didn't realise he's got chest.
Curvy.
I think he's just done some chest, he's done some work on his chest.
Done too much, in my opinion. Looks more like boobs to me.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought, put it back on, mate.
I thought he looked alright.
There you go, that's cancelled that out. Gabby just needs the next size up and she'll be fine.
I actually thought, Gabby just embracing her body and wearing, tight sportswear was a good thing. Being confident about it, you know?
Yeah.
Because I get hung up about my body and what I wear and what I look like, and I look at pictures and I go, I don't like that. And
everyone does.
I suppose so.
Yeah, no.
I wish I had more body confidence.
To be fair, if I was wearing that, I'd look about 1,000 times worse. So let's just put that out there and draw a line under it.
Yes, drawing that line in the sand. So what is this competition? They've got to walk across this wobbly beam.
Oh,
do you
and
remember?
stack up rings.
Yeah, just like those Jamaican crabs do.
Who was doing it the wrong way?
Did you get that?
No.
Dave was like, "Oh, you're like a Jamaican crab." To JC, I was like,
What? Is that okay?
Well, obviously JC spoke about being Jamaican.
I think that's all right.
The Jamaican crabs are known for walking down a wobbly beam and stacking some cylinders.
They do walk sideways.
Yeah, JC couldn't work out which way to put it down, Kitty.
That was a bit embarrassing.
Meat bag. Drew said in watching from the mainframe, "Do you have any brain cells in your entire body?"
Whoa. Drew really does hate JC, doesn't he?
Drew was calling Gabby Gab Boss.
Oh yeah, he likes Gabby, doesn't he?
Seems so. Alicia and JC were neck and neck, and Drew was like, "Now we got a game."
Drew was rooting for both the girls, wasn't he? Because he doesn't like JC. JC Cup, as I call him.
Alicia had it. Why?
Boobs.
Oh.
That's pathetic. This is the sort of shit I come up with when I'm drunk.
Alicia had a major wipeout and lost her entire stack.
Good.
Gabby also did, and that put JC into a good position to place his last ring after, a kind of a bad start. He really made a comeback.
It just goes to show you need to persevere when you drop all your stack.
Always remember the Jamaican crabs.
Yeah, you can stack that shit back up again. Stack it up sideways.
I don't think he had any wipeouts though, did he?
No.
He was lucky. Alicia is going to appeal to Tim to keep her. Okay.
Tim came out with the most immortal bullshit ever that actually Kevin from BB Can 5 was saying this shit too.
What's that?
I would be so happy to lose to you at the end. If anyone ever says that shit to you in a Big Brother house, get that motherfucker out immediately. Don't think that if someone said that to you, wouldn't you think, what? Who would say such a thing?
It's silly, isn't
it? That is some dang teasing shit.
Maybe blowing smoke up people's asses though, isn't it?
Yeah, you would have to be absolutely brain dead to fall for that one, I'm afraid. You'd have to be JC level of meatbag. Actually, I don't even think JC's stupid. He just doesn't say anything. But Drew would know better than me, so he lives with him.
Prediction, nobody is going home. There are 2 beds in the mainframe. Yeah. Tell me something we don't know, Gaz, from the past. Alicia is going to... Is Tim fake crying in the bedroom?
Oh, I don't know. Was he? What about?
Surely he's not actually teary about Alicia. He was acting like he was emotional about it.
He's friendly with Alicia.
That must have been when he said,
He's trying to keep her sweet.
Anyone beats me.
Yeah.
Sweet. Tim asked for a deal if he saves Alicia. Didn't somebody else say, so what are you asking for?
Him
was
and
it
Johnson.
Johnson?
Alicia and Johnson. Having a top 5 deal.
I really do have Johnson erasure problems in my notes. I don't write anything down for him, so I'm glad you do.
Well, here and there.
Tim basically asked for a top 5 deal.
Do you think they'd stick to that?
I mean, maybe not. I don't know. What do you think?
Is it worth a try? Is it worth betraying your OGs for that? I don't know. Maybe it is. I'm not sure.
For Tim?
Yeah.
Well, seemingly so.
OGs can't win much, can they? You got these young whippersnappers who can actually win shit.
Exactly.
So it's a tricky one.
I mean, Tim what, the win?
Blowing a gale.
I mean, I guess Tim trying to open his options to the newbies is smart.
Yeah.
But it's pissing off the OGs, which is the not smart bit about it. But I don't know where the numbers lie now.
No. I think we'll never know because I feel like the divide isn't as simple as they show us.
Yeah. Is Tim breaking from the OGs? He wants Alicia to come back with fire in her belly to take on the OGs. And I've written risk and reward. I think that's my own thing. Does the risk outweigh the reward? Yeah.
And meanwhile, the OGs were in the kitchen talking about Tim, like, oh, he's over there talking to the newbies again. There you go.
Reggie is always at that position at the end of the kitchen.
She is always making something.
Yeah. But it's also a good point to listen in.
Yeah.
Reggie and David worried Tim is going to flip and go, I'm with Alicia now.
1% of Dave is worried about it.
Just the 1%. I'm Dave. Yeah, Reggie said, I've got a bad feeling Tim's going to flip in the diary room.
Oh, someone's cooking a fish.
Is it?
Can you smell it?
I can smell someone barbecuing something.
It's fish.
Oh,
it's like when someone's microwaving some fish at work.
Everyone Tully is barreling in. Dave reminding Tim he needs to honour all what? The OGs, I guess? No, all the times that Gabby has sided with the OGs.
She's been loyal to the OGs. And Tim needs to save Gabby over Alicia.
Partially loyal to the OGs. She's had moments where she's wavered.
What is the point in Gabby? Let's be honest now. She doesn't do anything. She doesn't say anything.
She's got nice hair.
She has got lovely, long, thick hair. So what?
And she's never moved house.
Oh, great. We should have known when we saw her VT she was going to be boring.
I guess the interest is she's always been a sort of straddling the line, which way she's going to go. I guess that's what she's given us, right?
Yeah, but her casting didn't know that when they cast her.
No, true.
I think that wind's ruining the podcast.
Maybe. Do you want to go move inside?
Come on.
Okay, we'll be back because we are repositioning.
Right, we'll come indoors.
Yeah, you join us from the safety of the studio.
Let's hope my washing doesn't get rained on.
All fishy.
Right,
Dave's got 1% doubt about what Tim's going to do. Gabby said to Tim, "What deal have they offered you?" Oh yeah, Gabby knew that Tim was
on the turn.
It's interesting that Gabby's the one that's asking about that.
It kind of none of it makes any sense because Reggie is the reason Gabby got put up in the first place, and now the OGs are like working to save Gabby. It's like, wouldn't you just been better off going for Johnson or something instead?
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense to me. What is Tim's best option? Question mark. We don't know. We've worked that out. So the eviction I've got next.
Gabby and Alicia are wearing the keys from the panic room around their neck.
Oh, I was wondering about that. I did think they had keys around their neck.
Sonia said, "Has Big Brother been evicting people without me?"
No.
Tell me, I didn't know about this.
Yeah, no. Is the answer.
Yeah. Alicia has a sweaty hand tissue. Did you see that?
Oh, no.
Dabbing the hand, she gets very sweaty.
Oh, I get sweaty hands, so I can relate to that. She said to Tully about getting rid of Drew. Tully said it was always going to be emotional getting rid of Drew, and Drew went, "You voted for me." I do like it when you see people watching it and getting
Gabby has lived on the border of the OGs and newbie land. She hopes the OGs have her back as she's been so loyal to them. Sonia said, "Well, sometimes one vote can make all the difference, Tim. So how are you going to vote?" What did Tim say? "I'm just struck by what Alicia is saying." Anything else? I'm a strong player.
He said she's a strong player and I'm a strong player
and
too.
And she's a strong player, yeah. And I'd love to have that on my side. Tim's...
Oh, he's getting rid of all these oldies, the elders, and getting these whippersnappers doing his bidding.
My apprentice. Estelle said, "I'm so honest and heart-based." Oh yeah, didn't Tim and Estelle go for each other?
Yeah, he said, Estelle said, "I protect my people."
Estelle says she's protecting her people. I don't know if that's completely honest, said Tim. Sonia was like, I'm confused.
Tim said, "You're a grown-ass woman and it's a head move, not a heart move."
Putting up Alicia on the block, right?
Not a grown-ass woman.
Tim is sick of the idea that there's a good player and a bad player. It's because Tim wants to twist things up. Right?
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to look bad. He's claiming that most of Estelle's moves are head moves. Yeah.
I mean, Estelle saved Tully, so that was
good for the
OG. So what?
Why is he getting his knickers in a twist about Alicia? It's not worth it.
Yeah, Estelle had no choice really but to do that because of the power. So whatever.
Tim said, "Who made you boss of the OGs? I can do whatever I want, Estelle. Stop moral policing the game."
Oh, not the moral policing again. Oh yeah,
with the fridge door.
Estelle said to him, "You've given your word to Gabby. Are you going to keep it tonight?" That's what she said to him. Put him on the spot. And then when Tim said that about the moral policing, Drew went, "Yes."
Dave was there with the action man.
Jack said that. I missed it because I was making notes. I must miss so much good shit.
Got for it here. Sonia's biceps look huge.
Biceps.
Bulging.
Yeah, it's that CGI that's making him look weird. Not even
That's a real
CGI.
set behind her.
Don't look like it. Tim is sick of the OG crap and is voting to annoy people. Oh yeah, and if it's a tie, Estelle is the deciding vote.
Ooh. As they said that, I knew it was coming.
Yeah, it's obvious. Go on, what you mostly write down the vote sheet. I don't really fuck with this.
Okay, for Gabby, I've got Johnson, Brenton, JC, Taras, and Tim. Yeah, sick of the OG crap, making the vote to annoy people. I'm sick of moral police in the game.
See how your heart feels about that, I think you said.
Yeah.
Ooh, ouch.
And Alicia was Estelle, Dave, Reggie, and Jules. Where's Tully? Oh no, Tully's there. Tully, Alicia. Did I say Tully? Whatever.
Literally yawning.
Estelle will have to break the tie.
Estelle was being rather extra about it, don't you think?
She was right. She went in there and was like, basically, Tim's broken his word to Gabby, and I'm sure he actually wants me to suffer in this position. Which he does, because he said, see how your heart feels about that.
Wouldn't this have been better face to face? Just that old chestnut.
Probably. Okay.
Yeah, but she was being so dramatic about it, Gaz. She was being so over the top. It's a vote in a game. It's not the be all and end all. It's too much. Her and Tully, it's just too much.
God, you've taken a turn.
No, I haven't taken a turn. They are just...
Yeah, but it's Big Brother. It's a sacred game to us. It means a lot to the players.
It means a lot, but it's just, they're not even getting evicted. They're just going in the freaking mainframe.
They don't know that.
That's true.
But I do think that Tim intended for Estelle to
there's
decision.
no doubt. There's no doubt about that.
That's what is the borderline sociopath to it.
Tim's
what
game.
Is a sociopath?
Sociopaths when you don't care about other people's feelings.
There you go.
That's Tim's game, needling people, pushing them to the edge, like uncovering their weaknesses. That's how Tim plays the game.
Evil and a genius, but he has a nice face on it, and we overlook it.
Do you hate Tim?
I've gone off of him quite a lot, and this leads me to... I want to discuss... For someone like Tim, who was in good standing with the Big Brother history that he's got, like, he's a winner. He went back to the next series. I don't know what the consequence of that was.
Oh, no. Sorry, that was in Canada.
The year after.
Yeah.
He went to Canada, did really well. Also, it didn't really matter because no one in Canada knew him.
No.
It's a risk to go back into the Big
Could have
Brother
won
house.
if he'd not sacrificed the game for the Pax brothers.
Exactly.
Actually, he didn't know how to do the comp and then did a hissy fit and left. But, that's the story we tell ourselves.
Did he walk?
No, but he basically said, I don't want to win. I want other people to have the chance that I had, all this bullshit.
Sure.
Because he didn't actually know the days because he'd not bothered to work them out.
Of course. To be fair, I wouldn't be able to do that either. Don't you think that there's this inherent risk of like going back, and Tim might have fucked it because Alfie feels the same way. Well, Alfie feels probably stronger than I do about Tim now. It's like Tim's basically fucked himself, like, and shown his true colours.
Yeah.
If not in the show, but on Twitter.
Yeah.
Should he have gone back?
I don't think
was it a mistake?
I don't think that at all.
Do you still want to champion Tim to win the series?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm all about... If someone I like, I want to see them on TV for longer. It's the same with Drew. Like, Tim and Drew are both dicks. And the same with Tully as well. I want to see her still. Tim and Drew are both arseholes. They were the same. They've not changed. Their personalities haven't changed. Tim's personality hasn't changed. He's always been a narcissist. He's always been an arsehole. Yeah, when things are going your way and he's not going against people you like, he's playing the game. You shouldn't... Don't hate the... What is it?
Don't hate the
player. Hate the game.
Let's hate the player, not the game.
Yeah,
right?
well...
But you want it to hate... I don't know.
I don't know, but...
Had a drink
I don't think Tim's done anything... Everything
What
I've
about the
seen
Amber
from him.
Heard stuff, calling her an abuser, saying that she's gaslighting?
Oh, that's stupid. But that's just Twitter nonsense. I don't give a shit about any of that. All I care about is it good TV. That's the bottom line for me. Are you not entertained? That's all I care about.
Who said that?
I can't remember. This is another fucking one. Look, we were saying about season 5 because we're watching season 5 at the moment, and obviously Gary got absolutely fucked by Ned at the start.
Yes.
And Jack said, "Is this a case of you should never go back?" Because his legacy was you're one of the best players to never win.
Gary?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he also famously just didn't quite win, so of course he should have gone back.
Yeah, and to me, it didn't change my perception of Gary as a game player because he was targeted by her because he was a good game player.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like, yeah, you might as well go back and see what happens.
This isn't about the game, though. This is about Tim's conduct and his true character.
His true colours.
Yeah.
I loved him. Nothing will change my opinion about him. I don't care about that Amber Heard
I just
thing.
think, so regardless of what you think,
Yeah.
perhaps the tide may be turning.
Oh, maybe.
out there in general.
Yeah, how many people are actually watching fucking BBAU? No one.
Minimal, probably, but
I want to hear
there's definitely
from...
more risk for someone like Tim, who's going back to your own version of Big Brother, your own country Big Brother, where people have like an idea of you already. You
Just
can
ask
trash
Jade
it.
Goody. I want to hear from our listeners. What do you think? Has Tim ruined his reputation? I think because Jack obviously doesn't know about this Twitter thing, but we've just been watching it and enjoying Tim. Well, I've not thought anything bad about Tim.
Even last week, you weren't off Tim, were you?
No.
Even when I was.
I will never be off Tim, ever. Okay. Ever, ever. He has provided me with such joy and entertainment. I don't really care what... He's one of those people where I don't really care what he does. It's just him.
God save our gracious Tim.
I just don't care. And I think Tully feels the same way about Tim. No matter how many times he stabs her in the back, she always goes back to him.
I'd like to know how she feels, because I think she might be on the side of Estelle, but...
Do you know what? We never finished the actual episode. Alicia went into the mainframe.
Oh, of course she did.
It's a bit obvious because of the beds. Big Brother went psst on the screen, which reminded me of
Trio Temptation.
Alicia ran for it with her suitcase. Ran up that thing.
Because it was on the screen, wasn't it, saying you've not been evicted or whatever.
And so at this point I noticed that Alicia was dressed like an old woman going to Benidorm. Hideous sandals and an animal print skirt.
Yeah.
Awful. And then when she came in, Drew went, well, well, well.
Is that where it ended?
That was it, yeah. They just sort of hugged each other and celebrated.
Very abrupt ending as usual. Just cut off halfway through a sentence.
It is weird the way it ends like that. I don't get it. Am I on the wrong side of history here then with this Tim stuff?
Oh, time will tell, won't it? I don't really know exactly what the Twitter feeling is, but I
only get Twitter. I don't care what they say. Twitter's all different people. It's not just one feeling.
Yeah, but there's an overriding feeling. I mean, I can only base on what I feel and what Alfie feels, and I just think that maybe...
Oh, Alfie's the ultimate naysayer anyway.
Tim might have just done himself...
What's he actually done?
Disservice.
The Twitter thing?
Yeah.
He's not done anything that bad in the house.
Also, acting like this now is quite kamikaze. Does that say something about whether he's in the final? Because would he want to cause a fuss now, given that the public decide who wins?
That's a very good point.
And start calling people Amber Heard?
I don't think he's in the final then. Yeah, you're right. I agree with that.
That's something just occurred to me now.
I agree with that.
Because you'd want to play a better social game
I do
on
wonder about that with the social, like with Estelle kicking off, and it just makes you think, they're not in the final.
Just think it's going to be all newbies.
Yeah.
God, imagine.
Because I think if you were in the final, you wouldn't be saying a word on Twitter. You'd be thinking, I can keep my powder dry.
I've only just thought of this now.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. This is your theory.
Okay, I'm right.
Your theory is a solid one, a sound one. Some emails.
I do.
I am open to changing my mind on this Tim thing, but I'll be very fucking unlikely if I
guess
do.
the problem is that Edit wants us to like Tim, so we're always going to be...
Of course they do.
Like, I even found from going like, oh, Tim's being shit, to the next minute being like, oh, Tim's just being crafty Tim,
Tim's just Tim. Tim basically produces that show on the side, and you want to throw... tomatoes at him? No, I won't let it happen. Let's see what the emails say.
Yeah, do we have any?
I know we've got at least one.
Can we please pause while they open the emails?
God's sake, how many fucking
don't worry,
breaks does one need?
We'll just be back in a second because I think I need a wee too.
Broop. Right, this is the last few minutes now. I just had an epiphany while we were in the loo. My thing, what I just said about Tim, and the way I'm about Morrissey as well, is exactly what those Johnny Depp fans do. Just like, because they like him so much, just like dismiss all the other shit. Yeah. That's what I just did.
Yeah, you do it all the time.
Don't think that's bad.
You just have your idols that you are devoted to.
That is 100% a character trait of mine, and I am a hypocrite, but, what can you do? But wife beating is a bit of a different story to doing a bit of skullduggery on Big Brother.
Yeah, it is quite...
Morrissey's a bit more of a grey area, but,
Also, what did that tweet you just saw from Tim say? Something like, love me or hate me.
Yeah.
That tells you he's getting a bit of hate.
Love me or hate me, I provide the best TV. So it was basically the long and short of it. And he's right.
Did he actually say that, did he?
Something like that, yeah. I'm keeping the entertainment going.
Oh, okay. Well...
Yeah. And a picture of himself twirling his hair.
But that tells you that he's coming under a little bit of fire, surely.
Oh, well. Because those people who are insulting him will never be as entertaining as he is, so there you go.
Right, on to the feedback.
Yes.
Email us to bbonblastpod@gmail.com and have your views aired.
It doesn't matter what the views are, we'll still air them.
Yeah, any old shit, just like Laurie has done. Laurie's email says, it's late Saturday night and I just realised I've got nothing to submit. Oh. Assuming you're podding Sunday, I wanted to at least email to say I hope you have a great time catching up and recording tomorrow.
Oh.
Wait, I take it back. I do have something. At least Sam and Drew aren't in that we've not been evicted suite together.
Oh, imagine.
Thanks for the small favour, Ted.
Yeah, that's true.
Loyalist to Laurie. God, Laurie's
I wish Laurie would give us more. I want to know what she actually
got
thinks.
any opinions on it. She's tolerating it at this point.
I'm sure she does have opinions on it. I wish that she would tell us what they fucking are.
Well, if you want opinions, here's an essay from Braden. Braden's here. Let's see.
This would be more like it.
And it's week 5 feedback. Hey, Lindsay and Gaz. Week 5. We've got another 5 weeks to go.
We've not had an email from Braden so
Not
far,
in a long time. If you don't know Braden, Braden's actually Australian, so local views. That's what he's got to say.
That's what we want.
Long time, no email. I've been meaning to email for a while now, but life's been in the way.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Pesky life. Actually, missed you both and your banter.
Aww.
Thanks. I've been keeping up with your podcast while doing assignments or drawing or anything, to be honest.
Yeah,
okay, fine.
that's nice.
I
wonder what we inspire him to draw. As if we're not just in the background.
I do agree on a lot of your plot points. The OGs have been a great addition to the game. The newbies, they're a mixed bag. Taras, Gabby, and Jules are my top newbies. God, slim pickings, isn't it, Braden? And I swear they don't get enough screen time.
No, ain't that the truth?
The formatting of house nominations is a great addition. It does give those who play a more social game an advantage. Where do I even start? I'm all for the twists and whatnot, but not when they're so blatant and you know they're coming a mile away. I do have to divert back to Sam being saved. That was utter bollocks. How lazy is that? It's crazy that I'm quite fond of last year and their rigor mortis antics. Rigor mortis, maybe? But this is rigor mortis electric boogaloo.
What a sentence!
Rigor Morris Electric Boogaloo. I'm sorry, but the whole Drew and Alicia being saved by the hackers, that's in inverted commas, was so manufactured. The panic room was designed to fail the housemates.
Yes.
Boom, there's a snap eviction. They're not going home, and then they're thrown in the mainframe. The mainframe, where there are clearly 2 beds. At least put some suspense and surprise into it.
You took the words right out of our mouth, Braden.
Also tied in with this formatting, it makes this whole series feel so disorganised. Oh. Don't even get me started on the diabolical editing. Channel 7 needs to do some hiring and firing for this mess. I'm so glad Alfie got a hand of this on Twitter. I sat on my lounge room couch, silently laughing my ass off to the fact that Reggie had 4 different outfit changes in the span of 2 minutes. And did you notice that?
No, I didn't.
In a diary room session with Reggie in that last episode, she was in different clothes, so they're not even trying to trick us anymore, because you could cut away.
They can trick us quite well, because I didn't even notice. So I am making notes, so that's mine.
Alfie made a tweet about Reggie should go to Australia's Got Talent because she can do quick changes so fast.
Have a little fucker, innit?
Felt like I was hallucinating when I had only half a can of cider. Their Frankenbites are so awful and make people sound CGI animated.
How dare you, Braden? The Frankenbites are not that bad.
This isn't the only thing that bothered me. The promo for episode 16 wasn't even a promo. You might as well just call it a montage of Tully crying. Gonna speak briefly on the housemates. So glad Sam went, her and Drew necking on, and allegedly from Lulu, even having literal sex in the house, was just too much. Sam did really not have the best edit, to be honest, and yes, this is coming from an interview she did with Watch Next Episode with Wilco. Who are these people?
Has she said anything about Drew? What happened afterwards, Braden? I need to know this information.
I think Braden might give us the lowdown now, but
good.
Before that I need to have a sip of this nice juicy water.
This essay that Braden's written. Fucking hell, mate.
I know, I had to come up for
Braden,
air.
what the hell?
Braden does this, but it's okay. We haven't
we'll
had
take
feedback,
it.
so
It's better than nothing, which is what we normally get.
Her accusing Gabby of having a crush on Drew was out of order. She explained it as being under pressure, but I can't help but to feel like it was giving a slight internalised misogyny.
Oh. Not sure about that, but it was bitchy, that's for sure.
Go on.
Yeah, it's probably the same thing.
I'm sure bitchy and internalised misogyny is the same thing. I'm sure Drew is a good fuck, but after this week, he's so grimy to me.
Do you think he even is that good a fuck though? Don't you think he probably...
Lazy, probably.
Yeah, because he's good looking. He's used to everyone thinking how good looking he is. He probably ain't that great.
No. The Tim and Estelle beef in the house is interesting. For weeks I've been waiting, wanting the OGs versus newbies to dismantle. So I respect him on that accord.
Oh.
Estelle is loyal to a fault, and so is Dave too. Well, as a lot of people, in brackets, Dave, Taras, and JC are like the hottest guys in here.
Oh. Who are?
I need to go back and read that again. Estelle's loyal to a fault, and so is Dave to. So is Dave to. Well, a lot of people. Okay, not to.
Oh, to a lot of people, yeah.
Including Dave, Taras, and JC. Basically, anyone who's attractive. Tim is just so disappointing to me after he called Estelle Amber Heard. Here you go.
Oh, here we go.
And then invalidated her trauma from 2012 by dragging Drew and then 2012 winner Ben Norris into it.
Oh.
That's why I'm so conflicted with this whole thing.
Oh.
Reggie fucking up the noms is so endearing to me. She's so queen. She redeemed herself in Target and Gabby, I guess. I do feel bad for Tully. The promos aren't doing her justice by making her look like the jealous ex. And now the biggest meltdown in television history.
Oh, that's bollocks.
We been new Tully cries a lot.
Yeah, I've seen Tully have worse meltdowns than this.
Anyways, whew, that was not expected to be that long. Sonia's outfits are a serve. She never misses. I'll still tune in to watch, not just for the outfits. Even though sometimes it feels like white noise. Of course, supporting my faves, Reggie, Tully, Taras, Gabby, Estelle, and Dave. Where's Jules now?
Gabby?
Surely next week I can just mainly focus on the week ahead. It's nice to finally catch up again. Kind regards and much love from Braden. 2 love heart emojis.
Thanks, Braden. Can we have more emails like that, please? Not quite that long, but with that sort of level of information. Yeah, I want to know what people are thinking like that. That was good to me.
Yeah.
Now I feel like, okay, this is what people are thinking, not just your bloody opinion, Alfie's opinion, which is tainted because he's so sour.
True. Now you've got a true Australian on the grounds opinion.
On the boots on the ground. That's what we want. That was good. Thanks, Braden.
Yeah, that's your lot for this week.
That's it. Oh,
We're done.
Keep breathing. I'm starving. Feed me. Follow me on Twitter, Light Up VM.
Follow me on Twitter, BB_superfan.
What else?
Follow our BB on Blast accounts. We're on Instagram,
Facebook.
YouTube, Facebook.
Spotify.
And look at our website if you want. There's old pictures of us in the BB UK house there. And you can email us, donate to us at
Ryland's been
PayPal.
hinting about Big Brother coming back. Sort of. A bit.
Was he?
Yeah, he was on this morning with his mum and he was going, it would be good if it came back.
I don't think I got to that bit. I watched the whole thing, I can't remember. Read your book. Did you do that?
Read my book, First Aid Kit Girl, and please give us your opinions. Am I wrong to still support Tim, or should we just throw him into the fire?
DM us if you can't be bothered, but email us to bbonpluspod@gmail.com. We'll be back next week.
Thanks for listening. Have a lovely week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wave into no. Bye.